to criticize me all you want, but you don't know my story. Ukakibila kitu kwa pori, maisha ya ghetto waningori. So now I'm praying to God that he gon' come and see me through. A lot of these niggas on my case, they be pulling me back, but I won't let them get to me. Ambition is priceless, so I gotta make this buck, cause this money don't come for free. God is gonna open doors. Oh, God is gonna open doors. God is gonna open doors. God is gonna open doors.
Yo, good afternoon. God is gonna open doors. Ilo message zinakwanga yangu ya kwanza kila siku nikikuja hapa on Radio 254 on the Aplatform show. I do start with this song because this song in a talk about many things as a budding artist, is a budding creative, is a budding dreamer that we dream about. So nasemanga hii ni theme ya watu kama sisi wenye we are up and rising. Yes. This stage we are standing on is Radio 254, the home of Kenyan music, the only radio station inakuchezeanga 100% Kenyan music, 24 hours, 365 days a week. Za mwaka zote we play Kenyan music exclusively. If someone asked me a very good question, I admit I rarely get good questions, but here nilipata ilikuwa good question. It is why do you people want to limit yourselves? Now you know that music is a universal language, and content is a universal language, and knowledge is a universal language. Kaneleza swala nikamwambia, hakunanga any other place ama any other radio inachezanga Kenyan music ama ina appreciating Kenyan music the way it should be appreciated. So sisi tuna exist as a cultural response to that, na ku-upset your balance, kucounter hii growth ya spread ya music za mbali, na vile sisi huku ni watu wakali, tuko na music awesome, tuko na good music. Let me tell you, uko ndani ya Aplatform show with me, Aborn, Mr. Sammy Muthondo, na isha ina coming live and direct from Nairobi, Kenya, Muthaiga, 1:32 p.m. East African time. And wala watu wangu wa diaspora, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Ni sangapi kiplating hapo Canada? Tell me what's the time there. Big shout out to you kwa kutujoin live on Magic in the Mess Wednesday. Leo nayo tutakuwa tunaongelea all things mental health. All things mental health. Leo you better be ready, because itakuwa nayo ila place yetu tunaitanga a safe space. Safe space yetu, hii safe space yetu leo you can ask all the questions, you can call in with your questions. Tuko na very very knowledgeable people wenye watakuwa na sit on with me leo, na ninataka leo tuwatumie vile inafaa. Yani leo hatakuwa natubill for hizo advice. Leo hatakuwa wanatuambia the hour inakujanga 5k. Leo ni therapy session, and I wanna play the very first song of the day kwa hii playlist. Na ngoma yangu ya kwanza ni Safe Space by Kinoti Kinyua. Let's get it.
Little broken, I'm a little flawed, I'm not out in the open, yeah. Being me has been so hard, emotionally tortured, stitching up this broken heart, mentally exhausted, yeah. Don't know how I got this far, and it's getting to me, and I'm trying to make it leave. Fikra zangu zimenikwamia. Would you help me believe that it's not bigger than me? Shida zangu je utazisikia? Mwale place that I can name my safe space. My safe space. Trying not to fall off the edge. I'm trying not to hear what they said. I'm trying so hard to be the man they structured me to be, but I don't think that's me. Still it's getting to me, and I'm trying to make it leave. Fikra zangu zimenikwamia. Would you help me believe that it's not bigger than me? Shida zangu je utazisikia? Mware menyera. Even through my darkest days, tell me it'll be okay now. Be the one to heal my pain. Be the place that I can name. Mware menyera. Even through my darkest days, tell me it'll be okay now. Be the one to heal my pain. Be the place that I can name my safe space. My safe space.
Yeah. Welcome to our safe space.
Safe space.
Leo nayo hii itakuwa our safe space. Leo tu tutakuwa na watu wana wisdom, watu wako na experiences muhimu tunaweza tumia na tunaweza copy their experiences. You are right where you are supposed to be. You are tuned into Radio 254, the home of Kenyan music. Leo nasikia hata sina kelele mingi. Leo nimerelax. Leo niko chill. I'm chill. Leo nataka tu tuende na hii mchara tu mdogo mdogo until I get my guest in studio. Wako in the building already. Unafanya ile kitu inaitangwa prepping. Hao watu si watu wanakuja kucheza na kubahatisha. Yo. Yeah. You better not touch the dial until 4 p.m. Tutakuwa hapa on Radio 254, the home of Kenyan music. Unaweza kuwa unatupata live through Radio 254 app. You could be getting us live through the www.254radio website. Unaweza kuwa unatupata pale tune in, tuko live and direct. Kwa watu wa diaspora ndo wanatupatanga hapo live and direct. Hai. Wale watu wangu napeanga hizi mavitu. Wale watu wanatustream live in HD on YouTube, na Twitter, na Twitch, na Facebook. Big shout out to you. Yo, let me play you the very next song on this playlist yangu ya leo indo mtaratara. Na upeleka tu mdogo. Forget You. Be the artist. Playing live on Radio 254.
You said forever, I still remember when you held me close and whispered into my ear. When you said forever, how I believed ya. All the lies you told, the lies that blinded me. Natamani nikusahau, nashindwa aje. Angalau nisonge mbele. I miss you, I miss your energy. Natamani nikusahau. Forget you, forget you, forget about you. Forget you, forget you, forget about you. Forget you, forget you, forget about you. Natamani nikusahau. So many memories, I hate how I reminisce. You're the death of me. Every time I let you go, my enemy becomes my self-control. I don't wanna be a victim anymore. I've been here for too long, I wanna let you go. Every time I let you go, my enemy becomes my self-control. I don't wanna be a victim anymore. I've been here for too long, I wanna let you go. Natamani nikusahau, nashindwa aje. Angalau nisonge mbele. I miss you, I miss your energy. Natamani nikusahau. Forget you, forget about you. Forget you, forget about you. Forget you, forget about you. Natamani nikusahau.
Ihaji had to be ameguse hiyo kitu ndo ifinyike vile inafanyika. That is Forget You by Be The Artist. Be The Artist na anatupatianga hizo ma vibes zimetulia, zimerelax. Yani unashindwa, why can't you forget these women? Why? Ati unashindwa kwa nini? Why can't you forget you? Leo tutakuwa tunaongelea hizo mavitu zote zenye that they trouble us, zile anxiety zote we deal with on our day to day lives. Yani leo nimeamua nikuje na kikosi cha mental health on a Wednesday. Najua mlikuwa mmemisi day ya mental health. No, I'm back, I'm here. Na nataka niwacheze the very next song on this playlist, because kuna 18 minutes till that hour, the magic in the mess hour. I wanna play Wanjine kona karibu fulani kanaitwa Goosebumps. Kaka mtu alimbia anaitwa Njeri anampatianga Goosebumps. Kama nyinyi mkona watu wanawapatia Goosebumps, lucky you. Lucky you people. So this is Wanjine Goosebumps, and this song is courtesy of Engage Talks Kenya. Big shout out to them. Wanafanyanga kitu legit, wanafanyanga kitu pure. We celebrate them right here on Radio 254. But right about now, Wanjine, let's get it.
Kuna kadem kasupa kafine, urembo wake you can never have defined. She has a smile so sweet and divine. Tumaitho twake twawedo tuna shine. Arena goro tega ngozi nyororo, riria kumwona koro huaga coro. She has it all, Joria go horo, from head to toe. Nekyo guga na manje, rini kwe, lina manewe, goro ya kwereda na uemba. You in my head, baby, when you're close, you only you give me good palms. Ba bam bam bam, ba bam bam bam. Jerry bam, ba bam bam bam, ba bam bam bam. Niene kweda, Jerry omenyage, nigenaga mononewe. Todo niore to me tugo twega, nigo kweda, he goes you're there. And girl, you can tell everybody that I'm the man who will stand up for you, walk you down the aisle. Togetwana, mamina fa nekyo guga na majeri nikwe dina manele goro ya kwereda na uemba. give me goosebumps. Bum 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 bum, bum 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 bum. Jerry bum 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 bum, bum 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 bum. Unanipa kiwewewewe, kiwewewewewe. Yeah, she gets me. Unanipa kiwewewewe, kiwewewewewe. Unanipa kiwewewewe, kiwewewewewe. Unanipa kiwewewewe, kiwewewewewe. Nama njeri ni kweli na manewe koro ya kwereda na uembali in my baby when you're close you only you give me goosebumps bum 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 Jerry bum 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 Jerry ni kweli na manewe koro ya kwereda mbali you're in my head baby and when you're close you only you
Give it.
me Thank you.
Hey, hata mimi niongezee makofi bana. Wanjine with goosebumps coming through on Radio 254, the home of Kenyan music. Wow, any performance, imagine live performances. Mimi I live for performances like this. Mimi I love live music. Whether it's live music if I made there. Kama si huko bana hawakunitumia notice. I want to play the very next song because nataka to get into the mood, into the groove, into the vibe. I'm playing Bridget Blue, Kesho. Na man, Kesho. The Kesho yako nayo itakuwa awesome, fantabulous. This is my wish from you. Bridget Blue playing on Radio 254, 47 minutes past 1 p.m. Let's get it.
You feel like the world. Some days you feel like the world is on fire. Some days you feel like you're swimming and flying. Some days you wake up and you don't feel like you wanna chase what you don't see. But some days you feel like you're floating up high. So how about you try this time? Lifting up your head and sing out. What more than I see, there's more inside of me. Just lift up your voice and say, nitajaribu tena kesho, nitaamka upya na nisonge, hata wakipenda kunivunja, mambo yakizidi unga, sitashindwa kujivuta. Kesho naamka upya, kesho naamka upya. Some days I know that you think of surviving, but you sleep and wake up and don't feel like fighting. But there's space in your soul to keep wanting more, to desire to soar. But some days you know that their words, they mean nothing. So how about you try this time? Lifting up your head and say, what more than I see, there's more inside of me. Just lift up your voice and say, nitajaribu tena kesho, nitaamka upya na nisonge, hata wakipenda kunivunja, mambo yakizidi unga, sitashindwa kujivuta. Kesho naamka upya,
kesho tunajaribu tena na tunaamka tena. That is Bridget Blue with a powerful message. Aki msichana sengeo soul generation yenye wana advertise. That's just saying. You know, Bridget Blue with Kesho. Such a powerful song now, powerful prayer. And now the blessing domekuja hapa aka bless the production. No wonder unasikia any masterpiece the way it is. This woman is making moves. Nana represent the good Kenyan music that we have. I want to play a very sentimental song. A sentimental song. Sitaki kuongea mengi kuhusu that song, but the song is Marry You Choice by Charisma. Hii ngoma, hey, kama hamuna wapoa, mutasikia hivyo, mutasikia that thing kwa namjakura jipo namjakura waru. This is Charisma, Marry You Twice, playing 9 minutes to 2 p.m. on Radio 254, the home of Kenyan music. Let's get it.
It'll take me the whole night to get this song right. But when I'm done, I hope it'll be better than your breath in the morning when you're yawning. Baby, I wanna be with you by your side in the AM. Take you down, up and down, side to side when you're done with your snoring. It might take you a while to get past excess energies. A little while longer, cause of all the fuckboy tendencies. Like any modern homophobia. Now we got romantic fantasies. Baby, now I have that will make me feel nice, make you be my wife. Let's do this for life. Let's do this for life. Make I tell you this, I wanna marry you twice. That will make me feel nice, make you be my wife. Let's do this for life. Let's do this for life. Girl, I've been searching for you. And now I finally found you. Ever since I met you, I knew I finally found love. You make your bad man sing this song. You make me want to be your song. So when you cry, I'll say I love you. And when you smile, me do. Na niki wa ikupotea. Jua mi nitarejea. Cause you're the one for me. You are the only girl. Telling you this, I wanna marry you twice. That will make me feel nice, make you be my wife. Let's do this for life. Let's do this for life. Make I tell you this, I wanna marry you twice. That will make me feel nice, make you be my wife. Let's do this for life. Let's do this for life. I tell you this, twice. Make me feel nice. Be my wife, yeah. Make I tell you this, twice. Make me feel nice. Be my wife, baby. This for life. This for life. Yeah. I tell you this, I wanna marry you twice. That will make me feel nice, make you be my wife. Let's do this for life. Let's do this for life. Make I tell you this, I wanna marry you twice. That will make me feel nice, make you be my wife. Do this for life. Let's do this for life.
Happy are you when mnaweza tumia hii moto wimbo where you can dedicate it to someone. Happy is you. Hiyo ndo beatitude kuachwa. Happy are you mwenye mko na wapoa. Huku nje, hey, it ain't easy. But for those people wenye wanakuanga like me, wenye they need their time, wanahitaji hawataki jokes, This song is going out to you. This song is called Solo. by Miss Biresh. Na yeye anasemanga man, don't waste my time. Niache solo. For my peace of mind, I just wanna be alone. Afadhali niachane na hiyo mapenzi. Let's get it. 55 minutes past 1 p.m.
Don't waste my time. Niache solo for my peace of mind. My head in you solo. Don't waste my time. Niache solo for my peace of mind. My head in you solo. Another day, another fight. Another picture perfect lie. Unasema unanipenda, why you lie? Another reason to leave you behind. Unanicheza, you think I am blind. I saw your phone last night. I see you're into the crazy time. Yeah. Leave me alone. I'm better on my own. Go ahead and leave me alone. Just leave me alone. I'm better on my own. Go ahead and leave me alone. Don't waste my time. Niache solo for my peace of mind. Head in you solo. Don't waste my time. Niache solo for my peace of mind. Head in you solo. Keep up, keep up. Keep up, keep up. Why you trying to lean on me? Wake up, wake up. Funny, it just dawned on me. You don't deserve anything I gave. You don't appreciate me, nah. I'd fight for you like a soldier. Put no one, nothing above you. You showed your face, nikachoka, baby. Yeah. So now I'm on to the next one. I catch a vibe with the next one. I'm on a highway. No more lying pretenders. Yeah. I said I'm on to the next one. I catch a vibe with the next one. Sissy mommy, I think it's best if you just leave me alone. I'm better on my own. Go ahead and leave me alone. Just leave me alone. I'm better on my own. Go ahead and leave me alone. Don't waste my time. Niache solo for my peace of mind. Head in you solo. Don't waste my time. Niache solo for my peace of mind. Head in you solo. Niache solo for my peace of mind. Head in you solo. Don't waste my time. Niache solo. Niache solo.
Yeah, Miss Biresh coming through with solo. Iyo ngoma inanigetingi in the groove every time, every time. Kila wakati solo. That is a wonderful composition hapo. Simi Studios pia wame come through with that production. It's awesome production. For the next song, before tuingie hiyo hour yetu ya Magic in the Mess, I wanna play a Radio 254 project featuring vijana barubaru. Maybe I love this Kokoriko performance because ungeona vile hao vijana walikuwa naimba hii ngoma, ungejua wanaimbanga from the heart. Yeah, people singing from the heart, from the soul. This is Kokoriko performance. Akina msisikie vibaya kwa wenye wataguswa na lyrics za wimbo huu. Haya, mniwie radhi. 2 p.m. Radio 254. We are on the Magic in the Mess segment. Let's get it.
Sijaiona fisi buchari, but lazima ikule nyama.
loyalty labda tu kwa kinyozi. Tuna make up mapenzi, clowning vipodozi. Keki haitokangi mbinguni, siyo maana gani nyororo yende chain inajulikana. Tunaomba sana ila dhambi hazipunguki. Watu hulimana bila title deed na hatulimana. We know what we did, hatutulimana. We don't own the seat, tunaibiana. Na hatuogopi police. Sio ujeuri, sio umanga. Punguza kiburi, hawezi kataa. Your mama is my mama. Your mama is my mama. Sio ujeuri, sio umanga. Punguza kiburi, hawezi kataa. Your mama is my mama. Your mama is my mama. Kokoriko, 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 kokoriko. Jogo yangu inawikia kwako. Kokoriko, 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 kokoriko. Jogo yangu inawikia kwako.
Niko top of the table, wendo substitute. Uzito dem yako amebeba, nime contribute. Constitution tuna amend, laws of prostitution ndo tuna bend. Hii tenda iko na mavituko, kama unazamisha kichwa ingia na mavinuko. Beti ako na buffet, self service uko. Wini atakufanya waiter, sugar daddies ucross. Paris hadi Panama, pamba tunapiga tukipandana. Kani kienyeji kamkamaki skula kanyama. Chuma wamebeba, wameshona, wanakiuza wife material. Mitumba ya gekomba ni noma. Netflix and chill ni trailer ya familia. Unaweza tuma ya bitu na utume ya diaper pia. Ndovu ni kuu, maji lazima tutakunywa. Chure kipiga kelele, masikio tunafunga.
Watu hulimana bila title deed na hatulimana. We know what we did, hatutulimana. We don't own the seat, tunaibiana. Na hatuogopi police. Sio ujeuri, sio umanga. Punguza kiburi, hawezi kataa. Your mama is my mama. Your mama is my mama. Sio ujeuri, sio umanga. Punguza kiburi, hawezi kataa. Your mama is my mama. Your mama is my mama. Kokoriko, 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 kokoriko. Jogo yangu inawikia kwako. Kokoriko, 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 kokoriko. Jogo yangu inawikia kwako.
Kurugusu kankang Oria ngoro yakomera guthanga Neta ondwarite kuria kwa muganga wa miti shamba. Sorry for showing up like this. I hope you like flowers like these. Cause baby you're the sauce and you're the seasoning. And you know what you're doing. Superstar, Kemodo bad news, fire, Kegumo, Kinyaro, You're the sorry for stealing my heart. There's no way I'm taking it back. Okotwalidagyo, na Mercedes Benz. Wicked again, the latest trend. Showing up to exclusive parties. Don't let regular, wait, we VIP. Cause baby you're the sauce and you're the season. And you know what you're doing. Wanyeda, Madokelira. Wanyeda, Wanyeda, Madokelira. Wanyeda, Wanyeda, Madokelira. Wanyeda, 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 Madokelira.
Unasikia the groove of A-Rosh. That song is called Superstar, fading on Radio 254, the home of Kenyan music. I just want to take you in a hill speed kidogo kidogo before sasa tuingie kwenye conversations. I want to play you some Dav's Lime. The song is called Leo ni Leo. Just a reminder that you only have today and you only have these moments. Basi mimi nitakukumbusha the voice of Dav's Lime.
TikTok at o'clock on a Monday morning and I'm late for work again. I shook with think I flashback to when life was simple and when everything was bliss. It still could be. Take that step, I say, when the times go past and I'll come back again. This is it. This time, tomorrow it will be ending. I'm letting go, I'm giving it.
Whether I could know tenena tene matukoma kwa move rosiona ke goro era ikachoke joke arewe
nikoleze kiasi vile sisi hufanya pande hii ya the tracks. Hatuchezi na kazi, sipoteze wakati, tumekunja mashati. Oh 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 oh. What's me say ya? Evacuate the area. What's me say ya? What's me say ya? Evacuate the area. What's me say ya?
Just a band with her hey fading on Radio 254, the home of Kenyan music. You tuned in to a platform show na Leonie Magic in the Mess segment. With me, Aborn, Mr. Sammy Muthundu, and of course, Nico na my brother.
I go by the name NJORO, Mr. Njoro Kamakawa Kamakahawa. We are back, we are black, and we are full of joie de vivre. And as always, Sam, we have the cool, the calm, and the collected.
Yes, hello, good people. Welcome back to another amazing episode of the Magic in the Mess podcast, and with us we have amazing people in studio, so stay tuned. Hear from us. I am your all-time walk host, Kendi Dumba.
Yes, sir.
As always, Manzejo. So today I'm really excited, Sam and Kendi.
Leo bana,
leo
ni hiyo siku safe space. So what wanajua today
safe space. Yeah, safe space.
Sijui
niite hii ni safe ya bank because it's a safe space.
Kaa bank. Tumekafunga.
Yeah. So Mr. Sam.
Yes.
And I don't think our today's guest, if you're going to introduce them, then it's going to be an understatement.
Bana.
Yeah, so we're going to allow them to do the introduction. We're going to do the introductions for themselves. Unaona introduction inakaa kwa moto mpaka kidogo mtu angoe mic. Mic nikaribi bana nipige intro.
Nipige intro ya power.
Yeah, so we're going to start with that side of the table.
Oh, hi guys. My name is Wangoi Maina. I am the founder, CEO of Finding Me Community. Basically, what we talk about is mental health, left, right, and center. And I believe you're going to have an interactive session for sure. I'm excited. I'm powered up for the work conversation that we are going to have. Thank you so much for having us. Yeah, thank you.
Let's get energy. Let's get energy. Yo.
Bana we ngoja we unafanyanga kazi Kenya Power bana. Uko na lot of energy.
Lots of energy, yo.
Anaweza choma mic bana. Hizi mic ziko na nini? Ziko na
freeze guy.
Ziko na fuse. Yeah, and on this side, who do we have on this side of the table?
Hi guys, my name is Esther Njoki. Unajua ukiongea after mtu ako powered up unashindwa wa
follow up.
Ameshachafua, wewe unaanza wapi? Ashaanza CEO. Unakuja na title gani? So Esther Njoki. I was previously a medicine student. I was doing medicine and surgery, but now I had to go and pursue my purpose, and I'm doing counseling psychology, and we'll be excited to meet each other during the session. Nice time.
Counseling psychology.
Always a pleasure. So glad to have you guys on board. I'm so happy.
Yeah, me too. I'm happy. I'm excited.
This is something we've been planning for some time.
Yeah, for sure.
Tumekuwa tukipanga, and it's exciting how we're going to share our conversations with the audience, people who are listening.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm going to start off with the first question, and very easy.
Very easy.
Very easy. You're going to start very... Now please, isiende mbali. This is the first question. Tuko na maswali ka 15.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I'd like you guys to tell me from that side. So tell me something about your current read. So what's your current read, Saizi?
Woof.
Yeah.
What's my current read?
Yeah, and then Isil, tell us the book that you're currently currently. Yeah.
7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Oh man.
That book, I think since I started reading, that was back in 2020, I can rank it in my top 3.
For real.
For real.
That
book, I'll go read it, I think, 5 more times. I think it's the book I've read the longest, because every chapter I read it twice, because it's a lot to absorb. It's a lot to digest. The chapter currently is talking about the win-win mindset that as a leader you should have. And he's stating, and it's something that blew my mind, it states about most people have a lose-win mindset, or a win-lose mindset, or a lose-lose mindset. But now the mindset that you should have is a win-win mindset.
Tell us about that win-win mindset. Yeah.
So, this was huge for me. For the win-lose mindset is someone who believes, now these are people who are playing finite games with finite rules, but it's an infinite game. What do we mean? What do we mean?
Finite, fine. So let's get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's getting hot. So if it's a win-lose mindset, it means I think from even my subconscious mind, from the core of my being, that in order for me to win, Candy has to lose.
Oh.
Okay? So it means I win at the expense of another person. This is what we call a zero game. It's either you win, you score. It's like Manchester United playing with Arsenal. If Arsenal wins, Manchester United loses. And if Arsenal loses, it means Manchester United has won, right? This is what we call zero-sum games. And in this world, we have infinite sum games, but now people are playing zero-sum games. So you find that's a win-lose mentality.
Wow.
A lose-win mentality is, for Candy to win, I have to lose. Now these are all people who like, you can have it your way 24/7. Asawa tuchukua. These are people, most times you find they don't have boundaries for the sake of accepting other people can accept them. So it's a lose-win mentality. You can have it your way. Ni sawa tu. Unataka chukua. Unataka kukula, nimenunua machungwa. Esther niambie nisaidie, nampatia yote. Unaona? So that's a lose win mentality. Now a lose mentality is the worst. In ile mentality ya hakuna mtu anashinda.
Kanaungua.
Kote kaungue. You know, like a good example, and then I read this and then I laughed and I was alone in my house, and it was about this situation where a man was getting divorced. And now the wife was divorcing the man. What was happening? The wife, of course, court rules that you have to divide your possessions into a half. And then the court says that it's not the money in your bank. Every asset that you have to sell it, and then you give your wife half of what you're going to sell that a car, house, what for?
That the guy owned in his name.
Yeah, in his name. What happened? This guy had a car, he sold it for 2,000 Kenya shillings if he transfer it.
Nice.
You see? So he gives the wife 1,000. He has a house, he sells it for 5K. Gives the wife 2,500. So that this is a lose-lose mentality. Yani, hata iribidi ban, but wewe wezi. Even if it means that I'm losing and you're losing, I'd rather even lose. So this guy sells all his wealth. Now the court had to stop the process. So this guy is selling a car worth 800,000, 2K.
Sini offer.
Sini offer.
Black Friday. Black Friday.
So that is a for sure. So that is a lose-lose mentality. But now as an effective leader, as an effective person, what you should have is a win-win mentality. So in whatever it is that you're pursuing, always relationships, business, everything, make sure that as you win, you're also making other people to win. So that is the chapter. I mean, that's not the whole book. It talks about very many habits that someone should have. Yeah,
I'll tell you that from that book, the most important thing nishaandika kwa dunia yangu was because of that book. There is like an activity inakwanga mahali kianza, I think in the chapter of personal leadership, where Steve anakwambianga uandike how you would want people to talk about you on your funeral day.
Yes, it's chapter 2
Yes.
on the start with the end in mind.
Yes, like inakwambia uandike how you want your dad to say about you, your co-workers, and how you want your wife to talk about you. Ni kitu inakwanga crazy because most people hawezi fikiria kufanya that.
For sure.
Kujiandikia eulogy ama kujieulogy, something like that.
For sure.
But when you do that, una realizing, wow, this isn't the vitu nafani pursue. These are the only things nafani they put energy into.
For sure.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I recommend that book to everyone. Read 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. For me, it has been a paradigm shifting experience.
Cheers.
And I'm sure it's going to be the same with you
Actually,
guys.
this is more than a coincidence. Sorry. There is a quote I wrote today by Ernest Hemingway about zero game, actually.
Zero-sum games?
Yeah, and it's saying, there's nothing noble in being superior to your fellow man. True nobility is being superior to your former self.
Sure.
Yeah.
Amazing. So
Wow.
Yes, what's your current read?
You know, I'm still stuck on what Wangoi has said, and I think I have a question. So what happens when you cannot find a place where you can put win-win? Let's say you're looking at it and like, natafuta ango ya kuwin and you're not finding it. What do you do?
Yeah, so in the book it states that it doesn't mean that all situations are exclusively win-win situations. And he actually looks at it and attacks it from an angle of there's some times, especially in personal relationships, where it can be a lose-win. I'm losing so that you can win. I'm winning so that you can lose. But the problem he has with that is people staying in that mindset for long. You should consciously step into that state. And if it's a short-term game, if it's something that's finite, if it's something that's very small like this, and then maybe at home to tie on a 10 or something, someone can go with it. You understand? Ni kama ubod matatu and then donda kutusi. Ukose kumrudishia. you win, I lose.
It's okay.
It's okay. You know, because a win-win situation or something like that, ingetaka maybe you confront that person, you force them to apologize to you for what you've done, you see. So it's not one answer for all situations, but that's the state that you should be in 90% of the time.
Nice.
Nice. So I'm reading 2 books.
Okay.
At Your Command, it's a spiritual book, and then Power of the Subconscious Mind. So it's my 3rd time reading At Your Command because it's a really short book, and there are things that you need to hear every day. So it talks about consciousness. So I'll use one popular thing that I like about the book. It talks about praying, for those who like to pray.
Yes.
Why is it that most people who go to pray, their prayers are not answered? You go to church, unfortunately, I'm not trying to go against the churches, but I'm speaking of what is popular, what is known. You go to church and you find the only person getting fatter, the only person getting richer is your preacher, but not you. You're always there saying, amen, I receive. You know?
I claim.
I receive and I claim, you know. So I took it personally because I was also in that mindset at some time. I took preachers as, you know, they are gods. Somehow you don't question the anointed. But once I read that book, I started to think about what they talk about, consciousness. When you say I and the Father are one, and the Father is greater than I, what does that mean? There is some part of God in you, such that I don't need you to come and tell me that God has sent me to tell. No, He is in me. He tells me what to do.
Okay.
So even when it comes to prayer, the reason why people become poor, in as much as they are praying, they pray to a God who's not there, as if a God who is seated somewhere in the sky, but He's inside you. You know? So He's like, you and the Father are one. So when you pray, transcend and transform your mind to the consciousness that you want to receive your prayers. If you want to be rich, first become rich. Because if you're still in poverty mentality and you're going to pray, you'll be answered to the nature in which you still are.
Okay.
It's a book, it's a book that I think people who, some people may try to, you know, but I took it personally, such that if I want to be rich, meaning that if I transform my mind, I start thinking like a rich person. So when I see a rich person, I'm not afraid of them. I can walk to them. I can have a conversation with them without feeling inferior. And I can commend them for what they have. But what does poverty mentality do to us? You see rich people say, angalia vile watoto wake amenona. Na wanakuanga na diabetes. Anapita je na hii gari yake. That's the state to which you'll be answered. Oh, we're praying for our country. Oh, we want peace. Angalia huyu Ruto. Nando ni mweusi hapo na you get it? So, and you want to be in power. How? Your prayers will be answered to the state in which you are. So if you're in a state of worry, everything around you will start shifting to prove how you are afraid.
You should be very worried.
So I've read it. This is my 3rd time because I think every time I read it, there's something that I get to change. Then on the side of the power of the subconscious, nilipika wakati wa pesa. Sasa, I realized something about me. I'm Kikuyu by birth, but I'm Luo by figure. No pancakes, sour. So, I'm sorry. Just being cheeky. So anyway, so in the power of the subconscious, I got to the page that it was talking about money. Actually, I was reading Jana and Kenda Shule. I go to school here in town. So I'm like, okay, I didn't realize there's some perspective I have towards money. I am successful. I will be successful. Or I'll be wealthy. But I consider myself successful because being successful means you're doing something that you want to do. You become successful first before you get money. That means by you being successful, by you doing what you want, you create a need And then where there is need and you're solving a problem, then money follows. You know, so for me, when I was reading, I was like, they were saying, oh, you people consider money as evil. You consider money as a bad thing. You say it's the root of all evil. Yeah, and you glorify poverty. It's like poverty is a virtue. Hakuna furaha in poverty. You know, but because a lot of people, we grew in poverty. So it is easy to embrace that than the light we don't know about.
True.
So we glorify ourselves in our poverty mentality. And you see, when people progress, you would think you want that, but you don't. Because when your opportunity comes, you're scared of it. So if I was to give you 100,000, you say, mimi nikipata 100,000, itaitumia vizuri. But the truth is, you'll just use it the same way you use your 100 bob. Because the mentality is still the same. So I realized, as the Kikuyu I am, I've had people say, you know, Kikuyu girls, wanapenda pesa. So I hadn't realized how deep that was in me. So I opposed the very concept. Do you know what I used to say? Mimi sijali pesa. Do you know even when I enter in a relationship, I don't care about money.
Akuje vile yako.
Which is good because money is not everything, but it is. Ni lubricant, bwana. You know, it is something. But you see, in my mental is, si pesa. Kuja tu vile. So when I started realizing, all this time, I've said I wanted money, but I wasn't ready to receive it. Because I still rebuked the very concept to which girls make money.
Okay. Yeah.
So I have to transit to the point that however they do, I do not judge and I do not have any perception to any form of money. My mantra is, I love money.
Money is good.
Money is good.
Money follows
money
me.
Follows me. You know that mantra.
I do. I've read that book.
Yes, I use money judicially. So that is my mantra now. And it's something that is new. So it's something I've realized as is it as late or as early? Depending if I'll live to 100 is as early as yesterday. If I'll live up to 27 is as late as yesterday. But it's something now I'm working on.
Nice.
Awesome.
Before, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's
very
a good
one.
That's a powerful one.
Yes.
Something that's written in the Vedic philosophy. To Esther now.
Yeah.
Would you rather give $10,000 to one person, or would you rather give 10,000 people $1 each?
May I think about it? It's circulate, then I think about it.
It's just a question. Okay, it's a question. And I think we'll take turns to answer. Yeah. So, we start with Esther because she's the pioneer of... You love money! Money is good! So, would I rather give one person 10,000
and the people, the group, there are no categories. They're just people. So would I rather give one person $10,000 or I give 10,000 people $1 each? $1 is like 157 bob perhaps. Right? Why hiyo ni tricky? Juu naweza pia nyinyi yote na nikujie kila mtu anipee pesa hapo mnirudishie shukrani. Okay. I think for now, which I could be wrong because I've said I'm working on my mentality on money.
For sure.
But for now, I think I would rather give one person $10,000 because you've said people, it doesn't matter. You've said there's no category to the
it's
people.
just people.
I'd rather... Come I'm a politician, I don't think there is black and white. Come I'm a politician, I'd rather give 10,000 people each $1. They're going to vote for me and remember me.
Okay.
If politics aside and there is need, I'll give one person that $10,000.
Okay. Jonte Fresh?
Same. I'll do the same. Actually, Kenyes, amesema, that's what I was actually preparing myself to say. I was like, if I'm a politician, politically speaking, because, it depends. There are a lot of variances. So who's this one person? It depends. I'd rather if it's you, right in this room, I'd rather give them the $10,000 because I know it's gonna be put to good use. It's gonna be put to, because there's one person you'll give 10k mazena kumemu.
True.
Unampatia 10k kama amekola madhake, mam ulikuwa unasema gati mimi ndio ule mtoto mwenye ajabe.
Hapa ni wapi?
So for me I'd rather give, just like as I said, I'd rather give 10,000 to one person depending with
No, just pick
We-
an answer. Just pick an answer.
Mimi niko na answer. Mimi I give
same.
I
For me-
give
for me-
10,000 people $1.
10,000 people
Mimi
a
adada,
dollar.
if it's one answer, everything not held constant,
Yeah.
and everything held constant, I'd rather give one person 10K.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kindi.
Kwanza saa mtuambie mbona unapea kila mtu $1
Mimi I'm a people's person.
Uh-huh.
And one thing hata sijafikiria sana. I'm like, it's that easy to me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like I'd love more people with power than just one person with absolute power, just something like that.
Okay.
But it's $1.
You know, me, I'm
Yeah.
thinking hapa ni context pia.
Like it's
Hivyo
as simple
hivyo
as that.
simple question. Don't overthink.
Hiyo ndio shida ya kukuwa na machopi.
Musi overthink.
Because you know, I'm thinking ni kama hizi stories zenye tulikuwa tumesikia za hustler fund nini. So mimi pia I'll just give one person
10,000.
Yes.
Okay.
Haya.
Okay.
Kuna right answer.
Oh, so
Uh-huh.
of course, when I had that question, I was like, of course, one person 10,000. That was so obvious. Ni kama venye Samutondo amesema, like, obvious. You give $1 to 10,000 people. For me, not for me. Now the answer, there's no right and wrong answer. It just tells about the headspace and the mindset that someone is in. So you find the person who's saying one person $10,000 is more business oriented, is like, you'll start a business, you can do something with that money, right? And then someone who's saying $1 10,000 is more in a headspace, is more of a giver. People's
Service.
a people's person service. That's the mindset they are coming from. So for the mwenye ana spread the amount, they are serving. They are the people they like service. For this one person, this a capitalist, this someone mwenye anaangalia how can we move forward as a society, as a nation. Of course, if we want to move forward, I'd rather give you, create something, then call everyone else in.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's about mindset, I'm saying, where they are
move,
coming from.
Okay.
Yeah. So it tells a lot about him as a person. He's a giver, a big giver. For me, of course, business, a lot of things. Biashara. Yeah, for sure.
Amazing. That's a really good concept. And just to add on to what Essa said, when S we were talking about the kingdom of people in the kingdom of heaven, I and God are one, she reminded me of a certain verse in the Gospel of Thomas. Have you heard about the Gospel of Thomas? You guys need to go and read that book. That's a really, really dope book.
Yes, sir.
Thomas brings the concept of Gnosticism in the gospel, and that's why that book was not there, mysticism or Gnosticism. And he says that if you say that the heavens are in the skies or above, then the birds supersede you.
Yeah.
If you say that the heavens are in the waters, then the
Sharks
fish
and the fish.
supersede you. But then if you say that the heavens are inside you, who can supersede you? So the goal is realizing that heaven is in here with us. And we find that there was another time when the disciples asked Jesus, when will the kingdom come? And Jesus says to them, the kingdom is already here. and then he says that those who have ears, let them hear. Yeah.
And it's funny how we just interpret the Bible too plainly. Yeah. And sometimes I say religion does some injustice to people when it comes to spirituality, because religion is just something to propel an institution pia, but sasa pia watu waku, the blind shall see does not mean blind wase wenye hawaoni.
Yeah, okay.
Shall
for
see.
sure.
The deaf shall hear whatever they are talking about, but it's a whole new nini, watu wajaribu kudig into spirituality.
Yeah.
And I'm grasping a lot of concepts from what you people are talking about. Adi niko like, Sam, unajua leo sijui ka utatupea 3 hours.
He's a giver. Atatuongezea 1 hour.
Because now there's something Esther said about what she has always known about money. Yeah. And there's also a book that I'm currently reading. It's called The Mountain Is You by Brianna Wist. And there's a concept about upper limit and basic level. So psychologists say we all have an upper limit ya happiness na basic level, yani enye umezoea. So to an extent, if something good comes, you overthink, you ni kama tumeanza kulabel vitu poa as wrong ama bad. It's because ina exceed ile nini parameter yako ya happiness. Ikisonga beyond yenye umezoea.
Okay.
We always approach foreign at good things as kuna hazards. You're worried something might happen. It's too good to be true. So we always say we are in pursuit for happiness, but what we are trying to do is bounce back to our comfort zone, to our limit.
Actually, Kendi, to add on what you're saying, there is hey Mike.
Yeah.
So to add on what you're saying, they say, why say I can't have? Well, it's easier to say I don't want. Why say I can't? Why say I can't be happy? Especially people who have learned helplessness. Especially people who have, they think they are built and shaped by their circumstances. Circumstances happen to you instead of you creating circumstances. So instead of saying, you know what, I truly can't be happy right now, or I can't be healthy, I say, no, I don't want. I don't want to listen to them. Instead, but the truth is, I can't afford to listen to them.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the saddest part. Yeah.
So we self-sabotage ourselves, our happiness, our growth, because kuna ka comfort tumezoea, and anything beyond that, of course, it's new, it's changed, but badala adjusting to that change, subconsciously we try to go back to where we were.
Yes.
And that's what so many young people are doing out there. So, John, do you have something to say before we dive into the essence of the day?
Mi tu niko na maswali zingine mingi tena sana.
Uliza maswali.
Niko na maswali mingi tena sana, but I guess I'll just preserve them as we're just continuing with the session.
Yeah.
I can be asking them as you're
Okay.
going on, but I just love the wisdom up in here, the knowledge. It's really dope. Tunafaa tushikane.
Bana.
Walai.
Tuandika ya kitabu na tuuzie watu.
Unafaa kusoma book nimeandika.
You've written a book. Wow. Tafadhali.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You're writing a book.
Yeah. I'm done with the first one.
Yeah.
And then now I'm working on the second one.
Amazing.
Oh, I'm done with the first one. Then I'm working on the second book. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, before we begin, I would like to remind us what the Magic in the Mess is. So, this is a platform where we amplify authentic stories to drive transformative change. And we have you people here because we want people out there to hear your stories from where you began, your deepest pits, your rises and falls, and currently, basically your success story, because success is a choice, and it's how you choose to see success as. So, as we begin, FYI, there's a quote: the only way to find true happiness is to risk being completely cut. So hapa ni kama tutawatoanisha hadi
Bleed.
yes, ndio mtu pale nje mwenye ana feel probably your story resonates with them, they identify with your struggles. So that's what we need here, to encourage people to live life the way they should.
Okay.
So Wangoi Maina,
Yes.
Madam CEO herself. So I would want you to share your story. Basically, Wangoi Maina ni nani, ametoka mtaa gani, ndo afike ku come up na a huge community called Finding Me. Ulifikaje hapo? What makes you, yes, and what has broken you in the process?
Nice. Hiyo swali itajibiwa, nampatie time. Na ukiuliza swali una attach na time.
Yeah.
Una attach in 30 minutes. Yes. Will you kindly say this?
You can,
in 10
do
minutes.
it in bits by bits. Yeah, so that we can accommodate each and everyone on board.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
So, my name is Wangoi Maina.
Yes.
I was thinking, I think it was yesterday, I was listening to a podcast between one of my mentors. He's called Stephen Ballett. and Jay Shetty, and they were discussing about their girlfriends and how they're so chilled, they're so cool, they don't not speak a lot, leave alone speaking a lot, kubali, but they are not but they are not as aggressive with life as Jay Shetty and as Jay Shetty and Stephen Ballet are.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking to myself, I've never been that woman. I've never been the less aggressive woman in the room. I've never been someone who's chilled, who wakes up, does some meditation, then a few yogas, poses, and then the day starts at 11. And I've never been that person.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really thought about my own aggressiveness with life yesterday. And it's because I think, first of all, I've always been an aggressive person with like very, I'm one of the most hardworking people I know. Other than my father and John T. Fresh Labda, I am in that category. And it's because why I've always been an aggressive person. I'm very proactive. I pursue things since I was very young. It's because while we were growing up with my brother over there, we never experienced any kind of financial security. Zero financial security. That's one kind of security I have never known how it feels like to have more than you need or more than, And I was thinking even today in the morning about the same. When I remember when I was a young child, so my mama alikuwa ananituma kwenda kwa duka kukopa. And then hiyo kitu imeishi kunisumbua. Mbona tunashinanga tukikopa vitu? Mbona hata I used to fantasize about one of my friends, she was called Nora, and then her mom passed, may her soul rest in peace. I used to always fantasize, mbona akina Nora hawakopangi kwa duka lakini sisi tunakopa? Like the dynamic about always that's the first time I had like minor depression. I was in class 6, and it's because I went to a school where people were a little bit wealthier than I was. So for me, I know, because we never had we had very little. We had family. All we had is each other. All we had was family. All we had was mom, dad. There was no Christmas. There was no birthday presents. There was nothing even close to that. Tulikuwa tunaonea kwa mbali. And from a very young age, I started saving while I was in class 3. And even there was a time even my father used to borrow me money. So, that's crazy, man. So, from a very young age, because of that lack of security, I had to become someone who was worthy to have success in life. There was no option for me. I knew that I had to work hard in order to get whatever I need to get. I knew that there was a time one of my friends texted me, and then they asked me, why do you work so hard? And then I told them I have to make my parents rich. Like, that's the goal. At least my father has to drive a luxurious car. At least my mom has to live in a house where there's a master bedroom and there's her own bathroom and toilet there waiting for her. I have to make my parents live that life that they want to, but they can't, because they sacrificed everything for us to just have an education. That's all they could give us. So I think from a very young age, I knew I had to be the person I am. And I know it's not a mistake. And I was telling my friend Sheena yesterday that it's like the curse of being a successful person. Like, you have to come from some level of hardship, some level of struggle. For real. I was listening to Trump and his story. His father was a psychopath. All his siblings are alcoholics. He's the only one who made out. He's the only one who made out. Stephen Ballet, same case. He's the only one who made out. Most of these guys, it's only them who make it out of the setup that they were brought up in. So I don't know if I've answered your question, but I know what made me to be the aggressive person I am today is because of the adversity. And it's not one day adversity. It's an adversity to an extent where you just accept it. And you're like, tunajivunia Ghetto radio. What is wagwan? Like reggae music. So for me, if I'm just to pinpoint something in a nutshell, I always say that I'm going to write a book called Poverty, the Greatest Gift, because the greatest gift you can ever give to a child is poverty. Ask me, I believe that.
Andrew
Wow.
I believe that.
Wow.
I believe that.
You just basically saying you your mess,
Yeah.
and the magic.
has your magic.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes.
So for me, coming from a background that's beyond, well, it's very serious. Like our anyway, let me not get into the details of it, but adversity is what has made me become the woman I am.
Okay.
I believe I am beyond aggressive. It's very few times I get people who are as aggressive as I am with life generally. And it's because that made me, when I was very young, I used to dream about, as I've said, how I'm going to make my parents rich. So that's the part where I'd say has propelled me to be where I am. And there was a time back in 2020, we used to sit with Jonty Fresh from around 9 to around 3 a.m. in the morning. And then we fantasize about things we're going to do in this world, about moves we are going to make. Back then, we had relocated to Nyeri because our parents couldn't even sustain us in Nairobi. So to me shift setting like completely for like an entire year. It was it's another experience. So we used to sit down and then we fantasize, and I can say we are in that path to becoming the people we've always talked about. And I'm proud and I'm happy.
Yeah. So speaking about that, are you pursuing greatness, wealth, success from a point of luck, or from a point of
Abundance? Of course, from a point of luck, that's very obvious. It's very obvious. That one I am very much aware of. That foundation is from a place of luck. It's because of course poverty has a lot of luck in it, but there's that fuel that it gives you. I can say the fuel for poverty for me has been the fuel for my engine. It hasn't been the fuel that consumes me as an individual. So I can say, of course, it's from a place of luck, because even with whatever big or small I get, I secure it, I safeguard it. I'm like, wacha nishikilie juu kikombe siwezi pata kikombe ingine kwanza inakaa smart. That's how you know it's from a place of luck. Things don't flow through you easily. You hold on, you hog. There was a time my friend came to my house akaniambia, mbona unashindanga ukihog vitu? Hata utumii, wachilia. You know? So I'd say it started from a place of luck, for sure. Because I'm now turning into me being aggressive from a place of abundance. So it's a work in progress. But since it's been luck. But of course I get the results. My friend Esther will tell you that there are laws that are governing this earth. And I've obeyed those laws. I've submitted to them. I've bent them. And that's why I'm being successful at the end of the day. But at the core of it, kuna vitu tu 1 2 turn out. Hapo wenyewe singekuwa nifanye hivyo because of 1 2. But because of, so I'd say it's a work in progress for me now to change that luck into abundance.
And what triggered the shift from luck to abundance?
Oh, of course, exposure, reading. Knowing that there's a different mindset. Reading about the Abraham Lincolns and the Donald Trumps of this world, getting into their headspace, knowing how they think, and then you're like, sifikiriangi hivyo. Sifikiriangi hivyo. So exposure through knowledge is what even made me realize and become aware that I'm thinking from a place of lack, and now I'm seeing, so this is how people think. So this is the psychology of money. Okay, let me now change and shift into that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. You just, when you're telling that story, you're reminding me of the wise words of Andrew Carnegie. Says that the greatest gift that can happen to a child is for them to be born in poverty, because one, if you're rich, you have resources. If you're poor, you have to learn how to become resourceful.
Wow.
And the goal is in the resourcefulness.
True.
The goal is in the resourcefulness.
Yeah. It's like a tricky balance in life. Unaweza kuwa born and then unafikiria maybe you have like an upper hand in life because uko na everything provided to you, and then una realize maybe hizi vitu ndo zilikuwa maybe my step ya nyuma. Nilianza life on a step ya nyuma because watu wenye wanaanzanga with a silver platter, I don't think wanakuanga determined to go hard at things vile we do.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's a weird life we live in.
Yeah, for sure.
But actually, I think that problem ni ya watu middle class sana sana kushinda hadi wase high end because yes, because high end people they have a certain mindset about life, about success, so they'll always get wealthier, richer. But us is a middle class, which maybe I have suffered from the same thing. You're in a certain comfort zone and you're pulling it back without you realizing, because you're even afraid of pursuing things because you do not know what pursuing is. You have to train yourself to pursue things. You do not know what it means to be uko. You know, me, I tell people, telling someone from middle class and the bees, alafu mnaona hanzi si ati amelalisha hata ajui anaanza wapi, ajui hadi root ni gani. So it's something you learn, and it's not easy, but you have to, because someone told me, if you want to be great, then you have to accept the cost that comes with greatness. If you don't, just be content with being where you are. Yes, ukae tu hapo, because and it brings also, okay, I'm a Christian too. There is something I heard a preacher say about coveting when you were speaking about the commandment, do not covet. What does it mean?
Continue. I've been thinking about the same.
Because he brought another perspective that was very interesting, and I was like, okay, makes sense. So when we are told do not covet, tunaambiwa usitamani mali ya mwenzako, but do we know why? Do we know why? Because now this person brought it this way. If I want some Mudhondu's rank na studio na whatever, there's a journey they had to go through for them to be here. So if I'm coveting this, you take the whole package.
Wow.
Yeah, and someone might be driving a Ferrari huku nje. Probably alisacrifice kila mtu kwao apate hiyo gari. There's someone who has been through fire for them to triumph to that level. So if you're coveting, you'll covet even people's problems plus their blessings, because for them to get there was a process, there was a journey. So God is trying to tell you, build your own journey. Do not usitake vitu zenye Esther kona zamani, but you can honor their greatness, but you shouldn't want to possess their greatness, because you have your own version of greatness. Yes, so you
actually
No, it's okay.
Yeah. So to add on what you're saying, my big brother, I was talking to my big brother the other day, and it was about when we are born in poverty, and then you start growing up, then you're asked what is success. You start saying nataka kuendesha gari, nataka kukua na nyumba, nataka kukula kila siku, because also kukula kila siku una realize once you're a comrade is a luxury. So kuinama, you know, so everything that you're saying that you define success as or riches as, riches is materialistic, but everything you define success as is materials.
Yes.
So does that mean if you get them one day and then I ban all of them, that means you're back to being poor?
You've lost your success.
You've lost your success. You know, it needs to be ato kistripio everything, but unabaki uko successful.
Yes.
So on the part of the curses and the journey, my brother was telling me that usiangalia mse amejenga nyumba unasema walai nadai nyumba, enda muulize what it cost them to be there. Because unaweza kuwa una sacrifice your family, unaona huyo mse hananga wife, hananga watoi, hananga nini, ama unaona huyo mse wale wanangi na wife yake, kila mtu ako kwake, unaona as long as I have money. Then you get to them and you talk to them and you hear they say, you know, if I could reverse the wheel, I would do things differently. So when you admire people, you need to go and ask them to what cost? To what is the cost? What is the price? Because there's always a price. And some people lost their own dignity. Some people lost their own, their self.
Actually, true.
Some lost their lives. Some lost their loyal friends. So there is something that cost someone along the way. So what are you willing to live with? So where you're willing to live with is not the same thing that I'm willing to live with. So you have to determine, that's why you have to walk your own journey.
Yes. Wangoi, you were saying something before. You were saying something.
No, it's okay. I think you guys have exhausted.
Okay.
You're talking about what S is saying about it costs something. I was listening to, what is his name, Koi? I don't know if you have his name. The trainer, the coach for Kobe Bryant and Jordan. What's his name? I like when I'm referring to people, I like using names. Is it
Tim
Mark
Groover.
Tim Groover. Tim Groover says that being rich comes at a cost. Being poor also comes at a cost. But when you're handed the receipt for being poor and you're handed the receipt to being successful, the receipt to being successful is quite cheaper. It's quite cheaper.
Okay.
And he talks about the price of regret. Also, Jim Brown says about the same thing. He talks about when you're 80 and you look back, will you have beautiful memories or ugly regrets? Yeah, so I guess that's the test of life, They say that being poor is hard, being rich is hard.
Nice.
Being in a marriage is hard. Also being single is hard. Doing exercise is hard. Watu wamekuwa single huku kama
I cannot relate.
Masaibu.
I cannot relate. Bongo, it's been hard.
I cannot relate by the way.
Mimi siko kwa hiyo group.
Bisa umeniruka tu hivyo. Rafiki yangu. Rafiki.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, tupige water break moja and then
for sure.
So, I want to play you a song by Wangoi, another Wangoi. Akona life underwater. So, kuna another Wangoi.
The other surprise.
Yes. Another Wangoi mwenye anakuanga amazing tu kama wewe. So the song is called Kanyoni.
Kanyoni.
Kanyoni kaja.
Ako sasa.
Kanyoni kaja. Nisimalizie. Beregete. Talking about that before I go for a break. There was a time my shosh, I repeat to shosh, she taught us how to count 1 to 10, how they were doing it before the
colonial time.
Before Nini. So it used to be Modi, Modirare, Gaikia Wanu, Tore Maine, Tuagadugo, Nadugore, Washekava, Nakavete, Firi, Dogoro.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the arithmetic system before the white man came.
Tunahitaji mtu hapa anajua Kikuyu vizuri. Tukae na yeye
vizuri. Actually, I was seeing Kikuyus, they usually had their own arithmetic and they also used to write, but they used to write in abstract. You see abstract figures? Yeah. So Kikuyus, like,
hieroglyphics.
Yeah, 100%. There was a video that was going on TikTok, and then they were writing Kikuyu names like Wangeshi. So it's like a round ball, and then 2 sticks, and then like something. Like this current day Kikuyu writing is English translated into Kikuyu. Yeah. But there were people used to write in Kikuyu, and they were like abstract figures, like Japanese. But now, Chinese wa Kenya, for sure. So we had our own language, both written and spoken, and we also had our own arithmetic. They were,
Nice. It's good to know. Man, let's get Kanyoni. It's exactly 9 minutes past 3 p.m. Na uko tuko East Africa. Haya.
You used to call me your little bird. Kanyoni ga kwa kainaga. For when your spirits sank low, I'd sing them off the floor for you. The other buddies, they told me they saw you watching from the balcony. We want to bring you up here to help us with the cheer of life. You said no, you never sang, you didn't know and didn't want to. And so we wrote a song for you. We wrote it in a day or two. A song about birds that watch other birds sing tunes. And it goes ooh. Said you'd like to try to sing. Would Would anybody really listen then? What if it wasn't that great? Or maybe it's too late to learn something. The other buddies will be listening, and they will help you in a heartbeat. We want to bring you up here to help us with the cheer of life. We watched you close your eyes, spread your wings, get ready to fly. And you sang, ooh. And we joined. This is a song I wrote for you. I hope you're somewhere out there listening to your little bird and all the other birds sing tunes. You used to call me your little bird, Kanoniga kwa kainaga. For when your spirits sank low, I'd sing them off the floor for you. The other buddies, yeah, they told me they saw you watching from the balcony. We want to bring you up here to help us with the cheer of life. You said no, you never sang, you didn't know and didn't want to. And so we wrote a song for you. We wrote it in a day or two. A song about birds that watch other birds sing tunes. And it goes, ooh. You said you'd like to try to sing. Would anybody really listen then? What if it wasn't that great? Or maybe it's too late to learn something. The other buddies will be listening, and they will help you in a heartbeat. We want to bring you up here to help us with the cheer of life. We watched you close your eyes, spread your wings, get ready to fly. And you sang, ooh. And we joined. This is a song I wrote for you. I hope you're somewhere out there listening to your little bird and all the other birds sing tunes.
Kuna kadem kasupa kafine, urembo wake you can never have defined. She has a smile so sweet and divine. Tumaitho twake twawedo tuna shine. Arena goro tega ngozi nyororo, riria kumwona koro ehuaga coro. She has it all, joria go. Kuna kadem kasupa kafine, urembo wake you can never have defined. She has a smile so sweet and divine. Tumaitho twake twawedo tuna shine. Arena goro tega ngozi nyororo, rĩrĩa ngũmona ngoro ĩhuhaga coro ciaziro njũrĩa ngũhe ũhoro from head to toe nĩkĩo nguga na manjeri ni kweli na manewe ngoro yakwa ĩrenda na uemba in my head, baby, and when you're close, you only you give me goosebumps. Ba bam bam bam, ba bam bam bam. Jerry bam, ba bam bam bam, ba bam bam bam. Niene kwenda Jerry umenyage, nigenaga muno niwe. Tondũ nĩ ũrĩ tũmĩtugo twega nĩgũkwenda hingo ciothe. And girl, you can tell everybody that I'm the man who will stand up for you, walk you down the aisle. Tũgĩtwana mami na baba nĩkĩo nguga na manjeri ni kweli na manewe ngoro yakwa ĩrenda na uemba Leo in my head, baby, and when you're close, you only you give me goosebumps. Bam 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 bam, bam 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 bam. Jerry bam 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 bam, bam 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 bam. Unanipa kiwewewewe, kiwewewewewe. Yeah, she gives me. Unanipa kiwewewewe, kiwewewewewe. Unanipa kiwewewewe, kiwewewewewe. Unanipa kiwewewewe, kiwewewewewe. Nama njeri ni kweli na manewe ngoro yakwa ĩrenda na uemba Leo in my head, baby, and when you're close, you only you give me goosebumps. Bam 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 bam, bam 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 bam. Jerry bam 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 bam, bam 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 bam. Jerry ni kweli na manewe ngoro yakwa ĩrenda na uemba Leo in my head, baby, and when you're close, you only you give me goosebumps.
Yo, Wanjine na goosebumps. Ameimbia Njoki hapa.
Bana jo.
Yeah? Sawa.
Sam junga tena utachomwa na maji moto. Bana jo.
Chini ni Wanjine.
It's not you.
It's not me.
You're just a fan. Yeah.
You tuned into the Aplatform show. Now leo we have the Magic in the Mess segment. And how we make wisdom go viral. Yes, my name is Aborn, Mr. Sami Muthondo, my brother.
I go by the name Ngoro,
Mr. Njoro.
All day, every day. Yeah, so I believe the first hour was us getting to hear Wangoi Miner's story, and it's quite. You're painting quite a beautiful picture, you know.
True.
There's a quote that says you need to grow through what you go through. Yeah, and
nice.
When you see someone who has grown through what they've gone through, then there's a lot of beauty. There's
True,
a lot of there's a lot of magic in the mess, as always.
True.
So we're gonna go to S and S.
Miss Njoki.
Are you ready?
Njoki.
Yeah. So S, what's the story behind the lady sitting here, and what inspires you to do what you do? I've heard you saying that you were a former medical student.
Yeah.
Now you're doing psychology. So there's when I hear medicine, when I hear psychology, I get it as when you're doing medicine, you're treating people's bodies, and when you're doing psychology, you're treating people's lives. So what's the story behind all that? Like tunadai kusikia hiyo, the magic in all your mess and all your magic, the magic in your magic and the magic in your mess. Ishakuwa rapper. You can find me on TikTok at Magic in the Mess Rapper. Yeah, so what's the magic in your mess
What's
and
the
in
mess?
your magic?
Yes.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. I try kuleta mic. Okay. So, I want, before I start, I want to ask, how dark do you want this to go?
Where?
It's like, how dark do you want us to go? When you say darker, then I take you there.
Go dark. You're safe. Hapa ni safe. Kenya Power wametu supply adequately. Let's go dark.
Okay. So my story, we can't finish it today, but I was thinking about where to start. And I'll start at the end going backwards.
Nice.
Because for someone to understand, if I start backwards coming forward, there was someone who'll be stuck in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So let me start where I am, then I go backwards.
Nice.
So where I am right now, my best friend in this world is my mother. But it was never like that. She is my inspiration right now, pursuing my dream in psychology. She's the number one person who is with me. Even coming here today, ako like, naangalia wapi, nataka kusikiliza. Now, you know, she's following, yeah?
Nice.
And that means a lot. So when me and my mom, when we share our story, like when you realize like older girls, the more they go, they become older, them and their mother, they start to part. And there's a bit of rife. So me and my mom having to come together. And by coming together, I mean we talk about anything with my mom. That's a beautiful place. And then me and my siblings as well. And then personally, it's been 1 year now. I've not had any episode of depression. I quit on drugs. I quit on everything, anything that takes away from you, yeah? So the way you see me right now, it's a conscious decision to be like this. So that's where having written a book, I'm going back to the studio. Actually, I do sing. I play piano. I know you're discounting realize
Wow.
Yes, I do. Yeah, I used to act. I do act. Actually, all women are actresses. There's just some are smarter to get paid for it.
True that.
So I just want to be amongst those who get. If not my daughter, at least Bona is potable. So starting from where I am right now, I'm journeying with very many people who've trusted me with their lives, especially people who saw me in the mess. They don't believe, like, how did you come out? And I'm not taking the praise. As I said, I and the Father are one, but the Father is greater than I because he's omnipresent, he's omniscient, and he's omnipotent. So I give all the praise to him because there's a part I couldn't have done alone. So some people calling me mwalimu, others calling me sensei. Some may say it as a form of joke, and others is a form of like, show me your way. And there's no way. You have to be willing to live life. So I am a product of mess. So I'm a magic in the mess. Actually, what your studio is about. So let me take you where it's a bit darker, the recent one. So apeleke utotoni. Well, last year, my story, actually, let me start from a point of death, where my life started to change. So I passed in the time of Matiang'i. I finished in 2016. I got yangu safi ya kuingia kufanya medicine and surgery.
Nini yako safi?
Grade pale. Amesimama Mr.
Anapata imesimama.
Okay.
Mr. Alberto. Mr.
Amarula.
Tulikuwa gana Daudi sisi. Ukiwa na Albert. Tulikuwa gana nani? Tulikuwa na kina David. Kana Samudhoni.
Na Daudi. Lakini mimi hapo umeniweka klasiko.
Wewe zitoke studio tuende tuvai suti bana turudi. Na tupolish kizungu kidogo ndio tunachoma. Okay.
Yeah, so once I passed, I had worked my life. I was running away from my trauma. As I don't think we have that time to go back there, but it was more of where I grew up and what I grew up going through. And if you look at my body, from my forehead, I have some mark on my thigh, I have a cut. So every cut has a meaning and it has a story. But my story has been there before, the one that maybe if we get some other time and come and talk and go, tuingie sasa huko ndani kichakani. You understand, I was always the bridge. You know those children who they don't have sides. Wewe ndo bridge. If you want to talk to your dad, through you. If you want to go to the mom, through you. Because I look like my father, something that I have hated for the better part of my life. But now I don't. I have sexy eyes. Come on, Ghana. Look at myself in the mirror. I see this drunk man who I resemble him and who has hurt my mom. And people detest me because of him. You get it? So when I look at myself, I see I'm going to be like him. So there is nothing about me to love. So what I tell people, there are two different kinds of people. Kuna mwenye wathi iko ndani yake na kuna mwenye wathi iko nje vitu zenye anafanya. So I was that person. So I was in drama, I was in music, I was in what? And all this time is running away from talking about, I never talked about me. So mtoto all-rounded unasifiwa, but they didn't know how broken really I am. So coming to campus, I was supposed to go to study Maju. Nikaitiwa wazee wa kijiji bwana. Nena aje Maju. Na umeitwa ufanye udaktari. I was going to do engineering. I loved engineering. Plus I was running away, yeah. I was running.
No accent.
Accent.
Ameikubali.
I was running bwana. So unaenda aje, you know. So all that and coming to, when I started medicine, it was not in my heart. I have to put it out there. Yeah? So I remember I talked to my mom and I said, mom, at least niende nifanye engineering. I changed it to JKUAT. I chose JKUAT. I didn't want to go to any other campus because now siendi Maju. Nimekuwa siasa kwa familia, you know. So niliambiwa na my dad, if you go, you'll come back dead. Tarudi ukiwa maiti. Sitakubariki. You know, there's something about Kikuyu parents with cursing their children, especially when they are seeing they're losing control. Instead of blessing you, especially those who did not take care of you, unfortunately. So it was a bitter pill to chew, especially to swallow. To chew pill. Kuna nyana kulanga Panadol. But for me, who used to laugh at people who are going to do medicine, una imagine when it gonna feel. I used to laugh at those guys. You'll not have a social... Mimi ndo hiyo karma. Came to JKUAT. I said, okay, can I change the course? My mom is like, unajua nini? When you go to change the course and you do engineering, ujilipie fee. Pole mom, love ya. But she told me that, so I'm like, okay, I have to do this. So the first year, I was reading to fail, if that makes sense. I'm just there to sign the attendance, but I'm looking forward to failing. Then something happened along the way that I started to love it because I've come to realize I like helping people. So that there's that bit of medicine that you interact with people and you help people. And it came about when I helped some drunk man alikuwa amegongwa na lori. So hiyo kumfanyia first aid, I was like, oh, I can live with this. But it was not here. So I struggled with that in first year. I passed second year. I passed third year. My life begins with tragedy now. The death of my friend. So pause hapo kidogo. Kula pause kidogo. Let me take you to where I am right now. Being a student of life, I've come to learn something called some two quotes. And you'll forgive me in case you do not resonate with them. For me, owing to what I'm going to share, I went through. Depression is a luxury, and suicidal people are already dead.
Ukweli.
Acha nikunywe maji.
A sip.
They're already dead within.
Anything below that, if you don't have a place to sleep, you cannot afford to sit there and say, what am I gonna... You wake up, utamop your place, upate your 50 bob ukule. So depression is a luxury. To wallow is a luxury. Being a student of life, I could be wrong, according to other people. Then the other one is every suicidal person is dead, coming from a person who thought they were suicidal. I'm not, and I cannot get there. Right now life is for the living bwana. Yeah, I want to live bwana.
That's good.
And get watoto msafiri and 10 ilikuwa Firi and what? Firi. Okay. So coming back to when my friend died, I had encountered death in different ways, and to people who I've talked to before, they will understand I come from a place of dreams, things I cannot explain in this, like in our, what is this plane called? Natural play. Because I dream about them and they actually happen, and then they happen exactly as I dreamt. And it's not theories, it's something that has happened. And then I'm that person also, as well as I have that connection with death. When someone is just about to die, usianza ku freak out, they somehow they get to talk to me, and it's always about their soul at the end, and I'm always there. So coming to now encountering my friend's death, it was a new experience. I don't know if you have time for me to walk you through that experience.
I think go.
Yeah, we do. So we went to high school together. She was called Tabitha Kitikata, may her soul rest in peace, TKK. And me in high school was all called Ken. Kama Western joke. In fact, hadi matron ako anajua jina yangu ukweli. Alikuwa anaita Ken, kuja umopa hapa, start your story. So anyway, when TKK, we used to be in the band together. I used to play piano. She used to play the drums. And TKK is the only human being. Unajua watu kimaliza form 4 anadanganyananga nitakuja kukuvisit. She's the only person who actually came back to visit me, including the textbooks za biology that I have. Some of them are at home. My brothers wametumia, but hata sidhani walikuwa na appreciate the, if you don't know the story, don't know bana. Ujui mambo. So the books, TKK, she brought me books. After memaliza alirudi kunivisit na kaniletea vitabu. Nona. So this chick, I had given her some sort of trust. So when we lost contact, I came to JKUAT. The excitement to meet her again, to reconnect. So kila Thursday, Friday, mimi TKK. Ako wapi. Mimi nikamono ka fresh JKUAT. TKK. So third year now, TKK is murdered. What? And before TKK is murdered, Thursday I'm with TKK at a park in JKUAT. It's called Cherry Park. I'm going to a class of biochemistry led by some professor called Professor Munyokoli. I meet TKK, she's in a hoodie, and then amevaa kofia. Style unajua mimi nikikuwa beshte yako najua style yako. Then style ingine inaka si yako bwana. So me I'm like, bwana unaanza aje wa cardinal na nimekuzoea, you know. So nikamwambia TKK rada. Like ayo kwanza nikamjokea like ni aje unakaa, you know. Nikaona she's not taking the joke. So I knew something is up. Nikamza ni nini? Akaniambia unaenda wapi? Nikamwambia naenda class. Akaniambia unatoka class ngapi? Nikamshow sijui, but ni class ya prof. Akaniambia ukitoka usahau kunicall. So the most fucked up part ilikuwa akienda, before aende akanitap kwa shoulder. Ken, usisahau. You know, I always do it as simple as that. Hata jana I was telling the story. Tulikuwa na mabishangu tao. So I was telling them story again. Because I was prepared. I didn't know I have this. I was ready to share my story. Do you get it? Because once it's in the media, bwana ishaenda. Kibena kila nani wakipata story yako ishaenda. Misinterpretations and everything. But I was like telling my friends the story to be comfortable in sharing my story. You know. So I was telling them like. So alikuwa sema this kuguzi like. So she tapped and she says, Ken, usisahau kunicall. I said siwezi sahau. PR bwana mtu wangu nikamwambia siwezi sahau. Mimi when came to class, I wish even the class was boring. So I went to the class and it was fun. Na prof alikuwa ananichongoa, alikuwa anapenda kunichongoa. So ananichongoa, I enjoyed the class. I laughed my heart out. Esther takumbuka kucall? Wapi jo? Dad Esther takumbuka? Wapi jo? TKK akauliwa. Ameuliwa? Mimi sijajua siku zote. Friday Esther alikuwa anaenda kadate. Kakofi. Esther nakumbuka girl child. Hakumbuki. Mungu wangu. Sasa Esther ameenda chai. Kufika. Nashukuru Mungu. Hata every date ingekuwa mzuri. Date kabo. Mi kufika hapo, my love language is quality time. So when I'm there, but na mina kutoka, like as in I can't give you my time if I'm not missy. I don't reside in the end ya kusema, you know, tuone kwenye inaenda. We, tunaona nini na ni time yangu. You know, me invest kila kitu. Najua hapa kitaniuma, So when you talk to the guy and I realized, no, this is not going anywhere. There's no point in. And then after that, now I decided to pay the bill because pia me spending the aspect. I told you I had a certain perspective about money, right? So I don't like when guys go and say, mekula pesa yangu. Ego, self-image, bwana. Nikalipa coffee. Katoka hiyo day. Hata 30 minutes kwa imeisha. Nikasema tu, sioni kama me and you we are conversation. Sema tukake, no, for what?
Kwa nini sasa?
Mbona ujifanyie hivyo? Mnaambiwa huko nje, if she doesn't want you go. Now she's telling you no, then you're saying why? No, for what?
Ukatoka mtu hivyo. Ukatoka hivyo.
Kutoka mtu.
Katoka clean.
Nilitoka scenario. Na nikatoka mbio. Unaona? Because what's the point? It's good to be real, So nikatoka me I go. Sasa nikienda nimekaa hivi nafikiria vile hiyo date imenibo. Kijana bana. Mimi nakumbuka TKK. Hakuna. Na tupatananga Thursday Friday. Msichana nimekaa hivi nasema haki ya Mungu mimi sitaipata mtu haki ya Mungu. Na hapo go Hakuna. Si hata wangenipe manual. Sasa nimekaa tu hivi nafikiria na kweli mimi sitaipata mtu. Yaani mimi nakuanga mjenu na mimi sipati mtu. Na wenye napata bwana. Kidogo. Lakini can't you realize later you attract who you are. You see the way that nigga, that is how unaona the part I was refusing about me. The subconscious. Imejipresent huyo bwana ndo. Sasa nikiangalia na Easter kina ni wewe. But right now I can date myself. I'm a know some person. But then I date bwana. No. Can me grow. So after that, Saturday kapita, Sunday kapita, Monday, Tuesday niko Jquat kwa leo najua Jquat, There used to be 2 messes. So moja iliungua, yenye iliungua iko karibu na hall 6. Nimetoka kununua hapo kwa canteen tu mandazi. Sitaisahau kile tu mandazi twangu. Esther, Tuesday aka coffee. Nimeshika hivi nimeangalia kwa simu. Kuangalia hivi simu naona kwa status ya boy fulani. Hata si ati intention ile yenye unapita unatembea tu pia una avoid awkwardness ya kutembea mkiangaliana na watu ni kama mnajuana. Naangalia ati who knows this girl? Whoever knows this girl. Ati whoever knows who. I know her. Her body is lying here. Uso imeangalia hii side. Unaona? Alafu ID yake imewekwa hapo with some letter ikani kama ni suicide. Sijui kama get. So hiyo picha imepigwa juu hivi. Sasa unaona hapa, unajua na kuona hapa mwili vile imewekwa. Nywele na kasijuaje. Lakini ID is her. Tabitha kitika ta. Mandazi yangu nikazama mimi ni comrade. Mandazi coffee ta. Nduru moja safisha. Kwanza ni reload umsi anasema nini. Simu yangu, screen yangu. Uyo mimi fundi. Tengeneza screen. Pesa nilikuwa nimesave ati umeweka pesa ya mshwari. Wanani? Saving ni a luxury. Ana save na uko na 10 bob. Una save nini? Unless una buy kitu ya try to. So I went made the screen nini. Hey Tony contacted. What's up? I know. What do you mean? Kufuatilia story. It's a case in Jacob. Kumbe this has been going on since she was killed. Unaona? So story imefuatilia. Kumbe it's on news. Kama wana watch news Esther Njoki. Wapi? Mimi si watching news because it's a propagation of fear. Mimi si watching news. Mimi nimekaa huku kando. Niko kama kadunia kangu. So when it hits me, mwili yake already iko hapa KU mog. Kama Esther, the only reaction I gave ni hiyo kupiga nduru. Mimi sikulia. Gangster point bwana. Nalia nini? Okay, ilikuwa disbelief na denial. Hadi nione mwili. Tumekuja mog na basi ya Jacob. Tumekuja na wase wa Jacob. Tumekuja. Nikaona Mama Tabitha ananijua high school. visiting high school wetu. Apparently thank God nilienda in a good school anyway. Mimi nilienda primary school ingine hapo Githeri bana, mnakimbia mnasikia kengele mnatoana mbio. Nisema naenda high school poa. So I went to a good high school where you eat, you can keep your food as long as you want. Nini. My friend bwana, there's some good schools. Lakini anaruta na attacks because ya swimming pool shida. So at that time when I saw her body, remember tunafanyanga dissections mamili mezekelea kwa ima nini za chuma, and we make jokes in class, especially during dissections. I'm not trying to fake you, like we do medical jokes, not trying to be insensitive to people, but they are medical jokes. So now I'm seeing my friend on the table like that, anakaa tu ni kabla unekeleanga nyama juu ya meza. So to me it hits me different because I'm connected to this body. So nimekuja, maona mama Tabitha ni kidogo nimkumbusha, mimi anasema Esther ametocha kanijua nini. Now the part of now viewing the body before, because it's a case that is going around, they have to do postmortem to see what caused her death. So we have to view the body. Kamau Esther Njoki ameihoria, kila mtu anakuja na mwambia unaweza nishika mkono tuingie to view the body. Even my best friend that time, she's called Andanu, analia na mimi sijalia. Mimi ndo yana kuja ni mcomfort, but I used to be that person, like I couldn't let myself to people. So nimeshika mamake, nimeshika wasee, nimewazungusha ndani, with the body, all this, it's registering in my mind, and I'm not expressing, I'm not letting it go. The next thing, the body is funguliwa, watotwat, cause of death is determined, watotwat. Tukaingia basi ya JKUAT. Vile tu tuliingia hivi basi ya JKUAT, sema Esther kuchizi. Na si kufiata ati unafiati kidogo ya. Oh my God, I don't know what's happening.
Like joina roka.
Bwana na 2%. You should laugh at your pain because it's what made me. I'm not still stuck in that mentality. It's what made me. So if I was to get here, then I say yes, the journey is worth it. So bwana kidogo naambiwa story, nilisahau hadi watu, sijui watu majina, sijui nimeepa hospitali, sijui nimepiga nani. Mimi nikiamka nimewekwa dawa hivi na nurse ya JKUAT, nilitoanga huyo nurse, nimepita na yeye bwana. Bwana, unadunga nini? Mimi nilifiat kwa gari. Mimi nakuja kuamka like a day or two nikiwa hosi ya JKUAT. Kwa nimechizi mtu wangu, karibu ninyolewe nywele. Nikapunguzwa kwa nywele, niende niweke tu electrodes. They check if you are okay.
Wow.
So I remember there's a friend of mine anaitwa Derek Karani, alikuwa ananiuliza aje, umepata cancer na usi?
Karani.
No. It was on a light note, Asibebo with the gravity. It was on a light note. So at that time, you see, in my family, there are things that are going on in my family. I need to remind you that. And I thought that is the only trouble that I always had. No nikuja nikalie rock bottom vizuri, niliona ile ikiwa shadow. That was even a luxury. That was just a by the way. Kuja nikakalia rock bottom vizuri, kwanza sasa nilikuwa homeless. Vizuri. Because kila kitu ingine ilikuwa shadow. It was just building up to that. Then you come out as a phoenix. Because right now, you can't sway me to the right. I think Wangoi knows that. You can't sway me to the right. You can't sway me to the left. Be you a bishop. Be you a pastor. Be you come and say you're the angel from which universe. Thank you very much. Fly back.
Yeah.
Mimi najua we are the one dominion in this realm. I man. Because I and the Father are one. But the Father is greater than I. Your concept ili sink vizuri sana. Mimi kama Esther Njoki. See, depression sasa ikaanza kunishika vizuri sasa nikiwa kwa hiyo kitanda. To my family, I was only talking about story at home. And now I'm acting out. But to my mom, she doesn't understand what are you depressed about because I pay the fees.
Uko na
chakula, my friend.
Una
Do you get it? And truly, at that time, I understand that because vile nilikuja kukalia rock bottom. Ili understand depression. Ya kukaa chini. Na uangalia mabawa na mawingu.
Ni luxury.
Ukikula chipo. Ukilamba vidole is a luxury, my friend. Unaona? So ikakuwa that time in history yote na happen, tunaenda kufanya end of year. Who is my lecturer, Dr. Kagia, is actually one of the people who noticed I looked so shaggy, like there's something wrong with this girl. Those who know me, like me ngara. Like ngara every day.
Lumbu tuku.
Nei, bona.
Lumbu diriba.
Luku kio. Hata nikiamua kurudia nguo. Naivana design nyingine. Kama nilikuwa nimefunga button hapa. Afungua button. Hiyo ni design bwana. Hawezi jua.
Unafungia na nyuma, unafungia huku buttons hivi na
nyuma.
Mimi naongea hadi kesho, mnieke time.
Haya, uko na dakika 3. Time ndio hiyo.
Ndio time. So, well, it's almost 4. So, whatever we know finish, there's always next time.
There's always next time.
Sure. So, when now I'm in that, like, Dr. Kagia helps me to defer. So I restart the year. Now, so I told you I'm in 3rd year, yeah? Na saizo, one of the methods of me acting out through the year, ilikuwa usanii. Niko naimba hapo na Jona Miriana bana. Hapo ni show. Bana, my dream, my sky. Bana,
Ella.
So all these actually, by that, yes, I'm gifted in singing, but at that time I was acting out. Yeah. So after that, I repeat the year and I'm settled and I'm okay. But you see, I retook the year, but I didn't tell my mom. So when it comes to the end, karma ikanitoanga. My mom knew. Friday na exam ni Monday. And story ingine tena. So after that, mtoto nikaeka tattoo.
Body.
I'm a body, you can't tell me nothing.
Body bana.
Nilikuwa nimeojana bwana kidogo hadi mapua nilikuwa nimetoboa. Na hadi nilikuwa nataka sasa kuweka tattoo ya shingo hivi. Sasa nikeka tu ya shingo hivi. Hapo wenye So that so you see, by that time, being a body was outside, but right now I'm a body from inside. You know? So that time I needed to attach it to prove like I'm someone, I matter. Like I'll do whatever I want. You can tell me shit. But you see, right now I can do whatever I want. I am doing what I want. But we don't have to quarrel about it because I know my limits and I know my boundaries.
Nice.
You know? So, where mamangu, you told me 3 minutes. I'll post this story. Hapa sasa. And we'll catch it from another day. When my mom realized about it. Sema kuni cut off. Kwanza unajua kwa Afrikani yetu, ukieka tattoo. Hata irukule bibi ya pasta. Unaekaje tattoo?
Bro, tattoo yaje. Iko na verse mzima kwa Bible.
Irukule bibi ya. Na mkono atakwambia you know it is written. Na mwenye anakuambia ametoka kufornicate. It is written.
Very written.
You know, I know people fear it because it seems like an outward sin, a reminder sin, and people like when their sins are hidden. But I didn't care. I don't care. I didn't care. So, mamangu mtoto amenilemea. Enda ukae na baba yako. My dad is a drunkard. My dad is not responsible. I relate to the image of my dad. Want to live with him. And he's... God damn, that's a story for another day. So that's where my story to the journey of the pit now begins. And I think I'll pause there.
Wow. Damn. Yani watu wamepita in the depths za mess. Yani imekuwa that messy.
It's been that messy.
And now she's here.
And now I'm here.
Now look at you. Look at you.
The magic
The
itself.
things. I think we have about 20 minutes. So I want us to ask the quick fire questions. like hizi maswali tukiuliza sisi watatu tutawauliza swali moja for about 3 rounds. So you make sure unaijibu as quick as possible. Sawa?
Okay.
Haya basi. Kendi, you going fast? Yes.
So Wangoi Maina.
Yes.
Wewe kidogo ni kama tumesikia yako, but kuna ni tutacapture take 2 time ingine ya utuambie rock bottom yako on a personal level.
Okay.
Yes, so to my quick fire, how do you ensure you don't lose yourself in pursuit for success?
Wow, journaling.
Nice.
It grounds me. If you ask me what's my spiritual practice, I'll say my spiritual practice is journaling.
Amazing.
I do it. It's my religious practice, you know, so that I ensure I ground myself every day when I wake up and before I sleep. So in the morning I do a gratitude journal, in the evening I do a reflective journal. So that is what grounds me.
Yeah. Hiyo ndo inakuzuia isingie kwa kichwa.
Yeah, for sure. Writing your thoughts down. There was a time I was telling Esther, everyone needs a sounding board. And for most people, their sounding board is their WhatsApp status, is sometimes the different things that people do. But for me, to ensure I'm grounded and whatever I showcase to the world is what I want to, not what my subconscious mind needs. Ama sometimes inaweza kwa from a point of lack, I ensure that every day I journal. Anytime I get a thought to post something, I first write it down in my journal. If after I journal, I still have the want to post, then I know that's a genuine want and a need. If after I journal, I don't want to do that, then we had the similar discussion a while ago, but it was in regards to sex. So but story for another day.
Watu wanafaa kusikiza story watu unapiga Wangoi.
Mnafaa mnatembea na microphone. Mtembeanga na microphone. Mko live.
Niliwaambia leo itakuwa fire.
For sure.
Fire,
Nice.
for sure. Yeah, so Njoro, you have a question for Wangoi?
Alright.
Chill, wait. Ni tatu kila mtu kwangu alafu tatu za Esther. Okay.
For round 1.
Yeah.
Round 1.
Round 1.
Tumeanza pole pole.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Amazing. Wow. We were having a conversation with her and we were speaking about, just before we started the session, we were having a conversation with her and we were talking about how life has really become serious right now, you know, being the woman who I played Kalongo with. I remember our grandpa had a old vehicle where we would drive it to Mombasa, come back. We would drive that car so much. Tulienda na hiyo gari
kila mahali hadi Rwanda, Kigali tukafika na tunarauka asubuhi. Tunasema leo tunaenda Kigali. Tunaingia. Driver.
Kila time tire kibust kwendo alikuwa gana fix. You remember? Tukolege tire imebust. Alafu I don't know why for some weird reason brangu tu ndo alikuwa anapatiana mahongo. Tukolege tumeshikana karo upatiana hongo. Alafu mimi ndo nasema vile karo watatushika. Mathinge uko na chwani.
mpe.
Mathinge kolege niko na alafu unatoka na kuoka rao. Sema kwa nini ulikuwa unaendesha hivyo? Spami? That's crazy.
Guys.
That's crazy. So one thing I'll ask you is, what do you think your 80-year-old self thinks of you right now?
Wow, she's proud. She's proud because whoever she is because of what I'm doing right now every day. So I'm molding her. I'm making her. And she's very proud, and she tells me I should keep going on. Yeah, the most important thing is for me to see the next step, not the whole staircase. Yeah. So she's proud. She's very proud, and she tells me, Endelea, you're making me. So I'm making her. Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. So mimi nitakuuliza swali singumu sana. Mimi, I would want to know what now Wangoi anafanyanga to celebrate birthday yake. Easy.
To celebrate my birthday. What do I do to celebrate my birthday?
Yeah.
What do I do? So I think the practice I usually have, so I journal a lot. If you've ever been in my house, there's a whole pile of journals.
Journals.
So, like 2 weeks before my birthday, I usually sit down and I read all my journals for the entire year.
Nice.
Yeah. So this year I read since 2022. Now 2023. Now next year, that's what I do. It helps me to know. There's this. Inakuanga kama movie
For
me.
real.
Yeah.
So that is one ritual I have.
Nice.
Another ritual for me this past birthday was not a typical birthday. It was full of meetings. I remember that day nilikuwa natoka tao. I don't know, it was around 11:30, 12, and we had a meeting with Junte Fresh.
Yeah.
And it was a work field day, but what I do to celebrate myself is I just sit down for like 2 weeks and then I read all my journals.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that's how I celebrate me. That's how I see the journey. How there was at some point I was stuck.
Reflection.
Then, yeah, for sure.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm deep into journaling for sure. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Round one for Miss Njoki.
Yeah.
Round one.
Candy.
Okay. Miss Esther Njoki.
Yes.
Kamau. Umesikia umejita
Kamau.
Wa
My dad.
Kamau.
I love the name now.
Okay. Kamau. This is a question I want to be asking every other guest that comes here. So I'll still ask you, how do you want to be remembered?
One word.
One. Moja tu.
Inspiring.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Take it. Take it. Okay.
Awesome.
The first time I met you, I remember we were having a story about you're telling me how you are a fan of the Kybalion. It's my all-time favorite book. It's book number 1. If you're listening to us right now and you're into spiritual stuff and getting to understand the world better, there are laws that govern the world. There are laws of the universe. And if you don't know the laws, then the laws will harm you. If you don't know how to use the laws will harm you. But if you understand them, then you can get to use them. It's just like electricity. So what's your favorite? So the Kybalion is basically a set of 7 laws, right? 7 laws. What's your favorite law in the Kybalion? And why? Nione kama your favorite law ni my favorite law. Ndakwambia after umejibu.
That one needs me to think. I don't think for now I've thought about my favorite law. And let me say this first, because I don't like taking praise that's not mine. I knew about the Kybalion because of my guy. He's a well-read man. So birds of the same feather. Right now I've attracted some niggas like me, bwana. Mwanaume.
Ucheze lege chini.
Bwana, unajua tu anateta hakuna wanaume wazuri. Najua Nte Fresh uko hapa.
Ako single.
Imagine.
Ako single.
So, hawezi enda kupata shak kwa aje. So, bana, mimi na shaki yangu tuna swim huko mbali kwenye mtuoni. But he's the one who introduced me to the Kybalion. So, and we started reading together. And even the habit of reading, he's the one who's been sharpening me. So, right now, I'm thinking about duality. I'm thinking about, like, I don't have, like, my favorite one, but there's this I tell Koi. You see, for what is bad, it's the same as something that is good. It's the degree that matters.
True.
So I stopped calling things
Good,
bad,
bad,
ini mzuri, you know,
it's on my label.
it's how you perceive it. Everything is perception. Right now I could be talking like this and someone is like, ako aje, and it has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with you, because that's your perception. And if it's your perception, it means it's something that you're projecting from you. You know, so I'm thinking right now, I don't say things are black and white. There's a gray area that you don't understand. So for me, there is for hot and cold is the same, just the degree. I think I'll stick there.
Nice. Wow. Wow, sasa mimi swali yangu ni deep. Mimi sasa ni deep.
Mama unipe mimi deep.
Wewe naona unaendanga huko. Una swimming hizo massage. So I would want to know your practice ya Steve Covey, where you write what you would want people to say on your funeral. Nataka tu say utuambie what you would want your mom and your partner and your colleagues waseme about you ukidedi.
Okay. So as I answer that question, let me start by I'm a person who's embraced death. For those who know, like I've come to embrace death. So I think from there coming backwards, and I think when my mom, I want like on my, there's something you want, but there's what happens.
Sure.
When you're mourning, I want you to rejoice. Because people who know me, they tell me my life is eventful. And I don't understand. You don't know when you have blessings. There are people wako maisha yao, maybe there's nothing going on. But your mine is eventful. Like nikianza kupiga stories za mastori haziwezi isha. Like there's events after events after events. So I want them to share the memories. So if it is my mom, I want her to cry and to laugh at the same time. Like mtoto wangu ndo amenipeleka through the pits, but bado ndo amenipea the greatest joy. And sorry to my brothers, but inakuanga hivyo. There's this quote inasemanga that the thing that gives you greater sorrow is the same thing that gives you greater joy. Yeah. So I am that thing to my mother and have been that thing to my siblings. So right now I want them to both cry because bana lazima mnimiss. Mnakozaje kunimiss yao?
Hey,
bana my life has to matter. Hata kumbuka nilikupikia yako bana. But just rejoice more that I got to meet this person. I got to meet this soul. And they made me experience life in a different way. That is what I would want. For all of them, let me summarize it like that. So they will have different experiences and different things to say, but they can come together and rejoice about it.
Nice. Oh yeah. Round 2.
Mimi huku leo niko
watu wanajua what they want in life.
Doro hata nisaidie kwanza kabla nifikie swali.
Right. Japo kuna swali unaweza uliza tushinde sasa wewe. Tungekupatia kamera, ungekuwa una switch camera bana. So I'm going to ask my sister, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years spiritually?
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes. I was ready with an answer.
Jibo, najua. I know.
No easy
question. Yeah.
Spiritually.
Yeah.
I think for me, I'd say just something nimekumbuka a while ago. There was a time I was with my friend in a room. And then that's when I realized I'm freeing myself from the golden shackles of religion. And we were talking about Christianity and all. And then it reached a point, he said, but Wangoi, we both know we only have one Christian in the room. So it was me and him. And of course, it's him that he's referring to. So he's saying, tunajua hapa nani Christian. And I'm a big Buddhist fan. I have a Bhagavad Gita in my house. There's a time I was sure I was going to end up as a Buddhist woman. But now I'm like, it's all religion. True spirituality haina hizo. And right now I'm reading a book called Religions of the World, and I'm trying to understand where all these concepts come from. But the truth is, Eastern religions came first. Western Christianity, Judaism came. Actually the baby of them all is Islamic. Yeah. But it's Islamic, then Christianity, then Judaism. Hizo ndio watoto. Yeah.
Judaism came before Christianity.
Of course, Moses, laws of Moses, Nini. So the first one was Hinduism, then Buddhism, then Taoism. It's a whole dynamic. Yeah. But the
Ethiopian Bible is the oldest.
Yeah.
The Ethiopian Bible is the oldest of them. Like it didn't come from the West.
Okay. Okay, that's a point of consideration.
Story for another day.
Yeah, for sure. That's something for another day. So, I think where I want to be spiritually is to have cultivated my meditation practice. And I want to be able, anytime I have a sitting with the God in me, I transcend. That's what I'd like to say. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So mimi juu Njoro amekuja kwa spirituality. I would want to ask you a related question. there's this concept here Buddhism where they say that you need a spiritual teacher or mentor ama msee anakuguide in your spirituality, which is a very prevalent theme kwao. And I would want to know who are those people when you una listen to and you've been digging the spiritual wealth.
Okay, my gurus.
Yes, your gurus. Who
What's
are them?
after you say that, the first person that came in mind is my brother actually.
Swami.
Yeah.
Swami Njoroge.
Njoro.
NJORO.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
It's very, very, very.
So who is my guru?
Yes.
The first person that came in mind is John T. Fresh. Because he's my mentor 360 degrees. I'd say, hey, kama si John T. Fresh sahi. Wow. Hey, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Who I am today, I always say 90% of it I have to attribute it to this guy. For sure.
Yes.
For sure. I get a lot of mentorship from my brother. For sure. Since Form 1. Since Form 1. Hapo ndo msi alianza kunishikilia mkono. For real.
Nice.
Other than that, if we now go to the local perspective, regional perspective, na international perspective, I just did my project and we did all those three. The first chapter of the project. I also listened to one Swami. He's called Ranathan Swami. He has very good principles.
Very simple. Very simple.
That's the point.
Very simple.
Wase ni kama ni wase wana complicate vitu and it's not that complicated. It's as simple as ABC. Love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Easy.
Full stop.
Achi hapo. Hapo ndio labda inaanzia na inaishia.
Nivo, we need any other
This is
pretty
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
story imeisha.
No, wait. Let me ask Jumeleto story. What are you quote literally Manshani like the fear of wisdom is the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. Sijai get like where's like huko I mean.
Okay. I may say, knowledge is information. Then you have to understand that information. Then applying information, that is wisdom. So for you to apply, remember when they say God, they mean the omnipotent, the omniscient, he's all-knowing, all-understanding and everywhere. So there's a part where you don't know. Because even when you look at yourself, you don't know, as simple as your walking style. So for you to know how to apply it, you see yourself hivi. Unajiona kutoka juu ujui walking, ni mtu wa kuangalia kusema na huyu anajikokota. Na huyu ana bounce, So the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. It's once you start that is actually the only fear you are supposed to have. So fearing God, that means revering to him.
Sure. And the laws of
because he's the all, remember, all the laws come from him. So when you revere, that means you bow to the laws.
True. You work with the laws.
So when you work with the laws, he teaches you how to apply information age. People have a lot of knowledge that they don't know how to use it. Why? They don't have wisdom. So a drinking doctor is a foolish doctor, but he's intelligent, because foolishness is not applying what you know.
What of you referring to him being the all? It's like the beginning of wisdom is the mere fact that you honor whatever it is, even if you do not understand it.
Exactly.
For real.
Exactly. You revert to him.
He's all knowing. Because you're honoring whatever it is, yet you do not know, but you're honoring kind of power. I don't know.
Yes, that's true for another day. I'm not like 100%. We'll just, and when you do hatuna time, but I guess we'll continue this
conversation.
We'll continue
to note that down.
Swamis.
So I was saying about another Swami. I've said about John T. Fresh. Now the final person, of course, is myself. One thing I know is that when we came to this world, we knew everything that
should be known.
We needed to know.
And all that we are doing in this world, as we are reading books, as we are listening to knowledgeable people, we are just remembering. And the word remembering, ilinidaunia, it's membership. So you're becoming one with what you already were inside.
Mm.
It's this human aspect this 3D world that we are in that cuts us off from the all-knowing, all everything, the God that we are. So I think also someone that's journeying me back to that knowledge and that spiritual knowledge is also myself, because I have all the answers I need. I know everything that's there to be known. It's just that this human experience is cutting me off and I need to constantly remember.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so my question to you is, what is your offering to the world?
Wow. Umetuletea nini kwa hii dunia? Kutoka mahali ulitoka.
You see this one. I'm giving it to the world.
Yes. What are you bringing us?
To humanity.
I'd say knowledge, and I'd put it this way. You see, when you are asking Esther about what she wants to be remembered in the world, she said inspiration. For me, if I was to answer that question, I'd say the person who raised the consciousness of Africa as a continent, and through me, Africa was named, was tagged a poverty-free continent. So I believe that whatever I'm giving, whatever I'm purposed to do here, specifically in Africa, people have dreams to go to the UK, to the US, to Australia. I have nil.
Thank you.
Dreams when it comes to that pursuit.
Awesome.
Where are you going? Kwani nani ana develop Kenya?
Huku ni kwa nani?
Mbaki tu huku.
We are just kila mtu akisoma anaenda. Mnaenda. Mnaachia tu fools to rule this country or to be on this.
Mbona mnatusema like kama as you talk to us directly.
Where are you going? Tuambie. Where are you going?
Africa is home.
Tuambie. Where are you going? Where are you going?
Tunaendea technology ndo turudi.
Hakuna mtu anarudingi. They come here when they are dead, and that's the truth. Putin said that Africa is just what's it called? A graveyard. It's a continental graveyard. Everyone goes, put on their resources. They work in Germany, they work sijui wapi. And then the truth is, in those countries, they are given dead-end jobs. Kazi ni kuosha wazee kwa homage, nursing homes. That's the truth. That's the job people go to do there. Even if you're a doctor, you can't be paid the same salary as someone who is a native there. Why? Mnaenda huko kudunishwa. But if you're given a job here in Kenya to be a banker, una refuse. But you want to go to London and be a driver.
I want to ask something on that. Is that a fact? Is that an assumption?
It's a fact. It's facts on fact.
Like, do you know, by when I ask, is it a fact? Can you name couple people? Because I know couple people who are actually paid more than some people there. And they went as professionals. So that could be the popular assumption.
Okay, they are paid more than the residents there because, of course, kuna classes za watu kufanya kazi. So, for example, if I'm here, I'm a banker, and someone else is a restaurant waiter, right? See, of course, I'm paid more than they are. But the truth is, go and research.
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm only saying, you see, like people who go there to wash, because I know some people. Naona wenye wanaenda kuosha, msi analipo more kushinda mwenye unasema banka hapa Kenya.
Yeah, ni kweli.
They are doing that. That's why I say perspective. For you, you see, you're weighing it from, like in counseling, we are taught personal values. So when I hear you talk, I understand where you're coming from, but we are taught, do not impose your own values. Because when you speak like that, that man, maybe alikuwa na slashingi nini za neighbor na lipochwani na kono watoto 6. He gets an opportunity, he goes and he's being paid 100,000. He's able to take care of his family. So it's not that he doesn't have respect or anything. It's values that you share. Maybe they are different. For all you know, he is very happy and fulfilled. So when you're putting your vote,
she's trying to say,
me too, I do.
It's like if I'm a medic here and I get an opportunity to work abroad, if I get there, high chances is I will never be on the same level with medics in the US.
But that's the question. Where is that coming from? I want us to remember when we started from the point of poverty, right? What is making we going to the US? Where are you really coming
But
from?
you know,
Who that's a poverty mindset. Like I was, yeah, it's a poverty mindset. It's a poverty mindset because I was even watching like some podcast. This guy was talking to them and some black girl was saying, you know, here we are oppressed. He said, you personally, who is oppressing you? He said, you know, we are oppressed. Say, you, who is oppressing you? If you had skills, people will pay you to for that service. But you see, this is it could be coming from a poverty mindset where we are by, you know, when you go to the US, that is light as well because everyone knows you're going. So there is nothing wrong with going to the US, just as there is nothing wrong with staying in Kenya. You can go and that's all right. You can stay and that's all right.
Okay, story for another day pia.
Put a pin. Put a pin.
Where are you going?
We'll agree to disagree.
Where are you
Kama
going?
watu wanataka kwenda achana.
No, sisemi ati wasiende ni sawa, but you know, you can earn a lot more in Kenya than you would earn in
and do a lot more.
You would earn in the United States.
Can do a lot
because
more.
Employee mindset inasumbua watu kwa akili sana, and there are people here in Kenya, there are people here in Africa who earn way more than people huko majuu, and that's the truth. We have the likes of people like Dangote. They have walked on this planet, they live in this planet. How many and you know how many
I'm
Trumps
also
are
coming
there?
from a place.
How many Trumps are there?
Economically speaking.
Yeah, I understand.
Can you talk about gross domestic product? Can you talk about GDP?
Acha hata
GDP ya majuu na GDP
pia Kenya ni tofauti.
Alafu pia
people are being taxed.
Ni kweli sikatai, but
alafu pia I'm also coming from a place just kidogo tu you cannot talk about a land you've not entered. The same way people cannot talk about the shoe they've not worn. So we've not gone to US as any. I'm sorry to assume that's an assumption. Has any of us gone?
The same
Menda in meditation na sijui but you get where I'm coming from, or everything we're talking about, this is Kenya based. We are in Kenya. I'm in Kenya, Juja. You're in Kenya, Nairobi, Ethiopia. You're Uganda. You've not come to Kenya. You can't talk about a place you've not been. Otherwise, you'll just talk from a place of just a few who represent it. Just need to be there to know how the shoe fits.
Nice. So people, maybe I want us to like kila mtu aseme their closing remarks. We have about 3 minutes and then we close today's session. No.
Yeah.
So I think I'll start. Nah, I would say that from today's lesson, nime get to realize how that in hizo points za kucrash na hiyo point unafikanga uko rock bottom, inakuanga just an accumulation of the things that you've been running away from. Na if we increased our awareness na tujue that kuna 1, 2, 3 zenye we need to deal with, our lives zingekuwa much easier. There's one thing that Njoki amesema hapa, and hiyo nitaenda nikifikiria, hiyo nitaponda nayo na ile mti yangu refu niende niketi mahali alafu nifikiria about that, because it's something powerful yenye umesema about depression and how depression is a luxury, and that is some powerful statement, and that you need to ponder on long after tumetoka hapa. And I'd appreciate you people for coming through and sharing your mess and your stories of magic. Thank you so much.
Okay, Zoro can go.
Well, every day, it's been a really, imekuwa ni session fiti, imekuwa ni session short, hiyo ni katang twister.
Session short.
Kuisema session short.
Kindly to square up.
Watch hapa. Imekuwa session moja short. And when you speak about relativity, Einstein will tell you your time, when you enjoy time sana.
Ni relative, ina pass.
Duration. Trust me, ukieko parking 30 minutes ni way longer than is it 2 hours.
Like, wow.
It's way longer, man. So, yeah, nimelearn a lot. The beauty of everything is everyone has a story.
Yeah.
Like everyone has a story. That's the funny thing. Kila tungeamwasi wote tukachini tusikize Sambuthon akona story. You know, like Koi speaking about poverty and everything, and then you speaking about losing a friend and everything. Candy has a story. I also have a story. Everyone has a story. And then the question lies in how you interpret it. Allow me to end my remarks by talking about the story of the two twins. One became a really successful one, and one ended up a drunkard. And the successful one was asked, "Why are you so successful?" And he says, "Because my father was a drunkard." And the drunkard one was asked, why are you a drunkard? He says, "Because my father was a drunkard." So are we getting to find magic in our messes, or are we getting messes in our messes? Yeah, so for me, everyone has a story, and let's keep on finding magic in our own messes.
Awesome.
Okay, so I would love to express my sincere gratitude to our guests, Njoki and Wangui. It means a lot you showing up here and sharing your stories, because me, I believe I do this every other Wednesday because I believe kuna mtu tu from somewhere seated somewhere huko probably giving up on life because they do not have the knowledge they need to know how to live life wholesomely. Na nyinyi kuna kitu give kwa wase, so asanteni sana. And basically I just thank God because every other guest that comes here just proves there is magic in the mess.
True.
And that makes me very, very happy. So asanteni sana. And as I said, every Wednesday I'll be sharing card of the day.
Yes.
Yeah, card
Tafadhali
of the day,
tupatie.
CUD. So my card for the day today is almost everything will work again if you unplug it for a few minutes, including you. Yes.
Santi sana.
And since we fix things here from inside out, ponder on that till we meet again next Wednesday. Santeni sana.
Awesome. So our guests, mkona maneno ya mwisho, watu mnataka kusalimia. This is your time. Wangui?
Yeah, so for me, it's just gratitude for this opportunity to come here and share, speak knowledge, raise consciousness of individuals out there. Mine is gratitude, for sure. Asanteni sana. I believe this will not be the first, neither the last.
Sure.
But we leave it unto the hands of the Lord. So thank you. I'm really grateful. Thank you so much.
Shoutouts.
No, yangu tu ni gratitude.
Watu wa nyumbani hawapati salamu leo.
Yeah.
Sasa mi natumako salamu.
Tumeko salamu.
Nenda kugeithia mami. I want to greet my mother. And I want to greet my man, Mr. Milo.
Hey.
Na pia
Lucky man.
I want to greet my best friend, but she's here. And so shelter zangu zinaisha. My brothers Elijah, Ian, and Simon. I want to greet them also. Salamu ni mingi lakini wenye nimesahau next time. But I want to say thank you for having me here. It's been an awesome session. Like nikiona Njoro na nione Koi najuanga 5 hours zimesha fly. The first time
Zilienda hivyo.
I met Koi 8 hours. Tuliumwa na mosquito 8 hours hatukujua ikiisha. The first day we met 8 good hours. 8 good hours. Mosquitoes zilikuwa fest. So it's been an honor to meet all of you and you're doing an amazing job. And the last one is the end. Your end, what you think is your end, is actually your beginning. So you should be excited to get at the end. Kwa sababu hapo ndo maisha inaanza.
Thank you.
Wow.
You get it exclusively here in the magic in the mess.
Imekuwa an awesome 1.5 hours. Zimeenda hivyo. 2.5 hours actually. 2.5 hours zimeenda hivyo, but until next Wednesday, Njoro tuseme nini?
Tuseme tu inshallah.
Yes. So,
na nimepata swali kadhaa is Wangui Maina and Njoroge Maina siblings. Yes, they are siblings. Mmesikia hapa, msishinde mnauliza maswali.
Haya, sawa. Naweza soma comments 3 tu juu ya watu juu wakati. Ninaona Majimbo akipiga makofi akisema ninaona Rowan Kainova akisema show iko fiti sana. Naona mpizi akisema what's up people, 254 radio, I'm enjoying the show. Ninaona msee mwingine ameandika kiparagraph hapa amesema in this life all I know is that you should move with a good mindset, and if you want to be successful, build up a team that has the same goal and same dream as you. Sijui ni wapi tulikuwa tunaongelea hizo vitu aka contribute, so thank you Black G for that. Naona Farmer Mission anasema hey to the crew. Hey.
Hey.
Hey. Unamjua? Aya, kuna watu hapa walikuwa wamekuja kusupport Koi, and I see Brenda, ninaona K1 S. Hiyo jina yako ni ngumu, sitaibucha, but thank you so much for tuning in to the Magic in the Mess segment on Radio 254. All day, every day. Asanteni sana kwa kutusikiza, and until next Wednesday, tafadhali, in that mess, you'll find the magic. And I want to end with a song inaitwa Kumirira. Ni muthenya wa gikeno by Nyawira Siren. It's a day to celebrate, and let's enjoy that.
Dio ene que ro voy a goro yaku. Dio ene que tamaga we webe mo can do. Oh get Georgia, it's because I'm an African woman. If you ask me, I love being a daughter of this land. Ninapenda kuwa mzaliwa wa hapa. Ninapenda njaro za Kiafrika. Kumerera, 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 nemo denya bagekano. Kumerera, 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 nemo denya bagekano. Asiaria kwa bakeduta odoire bito makejera kumenya ero konde kotida. Only you would know best what happens at home. Mwacha mila ni mtumwa, Mswahili alisema. But I love this place I call my home. Oh, ninapenda njaro za Kiafrika. Kumerera, 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 ndemo tenya bagekano. Kumerera, 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 ndemo tenya bagekano. You cannot be other. Big skies and big horizons are the trademarks of Africa. Happy people, jolly faces everywhere. We karibu sherekea kumerera with us. Na matwedane maithe maito makenage 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 maithe maito makenage. Maithe maito makenage. You cannot be other. Oh,
Canada. Oh, de Canada. But then I'm on the way Canada. Now I'm in my city. You cannot be other. Kumerera, 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 de montaña wagekena. Kumerera, 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 de montaña wagekena. No, kumerera, 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 ne montaña, wage keno, mondo e Canada, e keno e edere, dai ove madere, e keno e edere, e di ne amore, keno e edere, dai ove madere. You cannot weather it.